Welcome to Forgotten History Daily. I am William, and tonight we journey into one of history's most fascinating and darkest stories. A place where the mighty and powerful come to play out their fantasies. Hidden deep in a California forest, surrounded by ancient trees and the whispers of the past. You may know it as Bohemian Grove, but to its regular attendees, it's simply the Grove. And what makes this place so extraordinary is that it has been the summer retreat for some of America's most influential men since 1872. But beneath its idyllic facade lies a secret world of rituals and mysteries that have captivated and repelled people in equal measure. One of the most striking aspects of Bohemian Grove is its esoteric calendar, where the very same week each year, the cream of American society descends upon this 2,700-acre forest. It's a week that has witnessed presidents, industrialists, artists, and even Hollywood stars converge on this mystical enclave. But it was in 1903, during one such fateful week, that the infamous Cremation of Care ritual took place. A grand procession of robed figures, including some of the most prominent citizens, marched up to a stone owl altar, where they solemnly burned a giant effigy representing care. Yes, you heard that correctly, care. The very thing these titans of industry and politics had accumulated over their lives. Among those in attendance that fateful evening was none other than Herbert Hoover, then Secretary of Commerce and future President of the United States. It's said that Hoover, like many others, donned a red, hooded robe to participate in this ritual. And though he never spoke publicly about it, we can only imagine what secrets lingered beneath those solemn ceremonies. Tonight on Forgotten History Daily, we will delve into the mysteries and enigmas surrounding Bohemian Grove, exploring its origins, the people who frequent it, and the intriguing symbols that adorn its landscape. But be warned, this is a journey into the heart of darkness, where power, privilege, and the human condition collide in ways both fascinating and unsettling. As we venture deeper into the mysteries of Bohemian Grove, let's start by examining its origins. The story begins in 1872, when a group of San Francisco's elite, including businessmen, politicians, and artists, gathered at a remote forest estate called Balboa Park to hold. At the helm was Henry Edwards Havemeyer, a wealthy mining magnate who would later become a key figure in shaping the club's esoteric agenda. The idea behind Bohemian Grove was simple: provide a secluded sanctuary where its members could escape the trappings of modern life and engage in intellectual debates, artistic pursuits, and high society revelry. But as we delve into the annals of history, it becomes clear that this idyllic retreat had a darker purpose, one that would forever change the course of American politics. Fast forward to 1892, when Bohemian Grove was officially incorporated with a charter from the state of California. This marked the beginning of an era where members could invite friends and associates, creating a membership network that would eventually span the globe. As the club's reputation grew, so did its secrecy. Members were sworn to confidentiality, and outsiders were strictly forbidden from attending. But who exactly makes up this enigmatic fraternity? A list of Bohemian Grove's past attendees reads like a who's who of American power brokers: Herbert Hoover, Richard Nixon, Eisenhower, and even George H.W. Bush all have graced the forest with their presence at some point. Other notable alumni include industrialists Andrew Mellon and J.P. Morgan, writers Mark Twain and Robert Frost, and artists Maxfield Parrish and Frederick Remington. The club's mystique attributes to its unique blend of artistic expression, philosophical debate, and high-stakes networking. Members engage in performances that range from Shakespearean sonnets to elaborate musical numbers, often with a dash of campy humor. This peculiar atmosphere fosters a sense of camaraderie among the elite, where even the most powerful men can let their guard down. However, beneath this surface-level charm lies an esoteric agenda that speaks to the very heart of Bohemian Grove's mysterious allure. At its core is a fascination with mythology and symbolism, reflected in everything from the forest's owl moat to the intricate Masonic-inspired architecture scattered throughout the grounds. It's here that we begin to glimpse the darker side of this mystical enclave. As we explore further, we'll delve into the club's alleged ties to secret societies, such as the Bilderberg Group and Skull and Bones, organizations accused of manipulating global events from behind closed doors. We'll examine the eerie parallels between Bohemian Grove's rituals and ancient fertility cults, which some claim hold the key to understanding this exclusive fraternity. We'll also speak with former members who have shed light on the enigmatic world within these forest walls. One such individual, a journalist who infiltrated the club in the 1990s, recalls being initiated into an eerie, mock Gothic ceremony that left him shaken. Others whisper of Masonic lodges hidden deep within the woods, sites where powerful rituals take place from prying eyes. Tonight on Forgotten History Daily, we'll continue our journey into the heart of Bohemian Grove's mystique. As we peel back the layers of secrecy surrounding this enigmatic society, one question remains. What lies at the very core of America's most exclusive fraternity? We find ourselves in the late 19th century, a time of great social change and upheaval in America. The Industrial Revolution is in full swing, and with it comes an explosion of wealth and innovation that's redefining the very fabric of society. And yet, amidst this era of progress, a different kind of revolution is unfolding. One that will forever alter the course of American history. We're in the midst of the Gilded Age, when robber barons like Andrew Carnegie and J.P. Morgan are building their empires with an unprecedented ferocity. Their names become synonymous with power and influence as they shape the nation's economy, politics, and culture to suit their own grand designs. And it's here, amidst this backdrop of opulence and excess, that Bohemian Grove comes into being. Founded in 1872 by a group of wealthy San Francisco businessmen, Bohemian Club was initially meant to be an escape from the trappings of modern life, a chance for its members to engage in intellectual debate. But as we've already begun to glimpse, this idyllic retreat had a darker purpose, one that would change the course of American politics. Now, let's take a closer look at the world these men inhabited. Imagine yourself strolling through the streets of San Francisco in 1892, surrounded by Victorian-era architecture and the sweet scent of blooming cherry blossoms. You're dressed to the nines in your finest tweed suit and top hat as you make your way to one of the city's many exclusive gentlemen's clubs. Inside, the air is thick with cigar smoke and the sound of clinking glasses. The patrons are an eclectic mix of artists, writers, and entrepreneurs. Men who've made their fortunes in the gold rush or built their wealth on the back of industry and innovation. They're a rough-around-the-edges bunch, but with a keen eye for style and sophistication. These men are at the forefront of American culture, shaping its literature, art, and politics to suit their own tastes. Mark Twain, the celebrated author of Tom Sawyer, is a regular here, as is Frederick Remington, the master painter of the Wild West. They come together in this sanctuary of exclusivity, where they can let their hair down and engage in unbridled conversations. But beneath the surface-level charm lies an air of tension, a sense that these men are constantly jostling for position in a world where power is everything. It's a delicate balance between intellectual curiosity and ruthless ambition, played out on the grand stage of Bohemian Club. As we delve deeper into this enigmatic society, we begin to uncover whispers of secret societies and ancient rituals, the very stuff of myth and legend. These men are driven by an insatiable hunger for knowledge and experience, a desire to transcend the mundane and tap into something more profound. In 1913, Bohemian Club begins to expand its horizons with the establishment of Bohemian Grove, a retreat nestled deep in the heart of California's redwood forest. It's here that these men will come to escape the confines of modern life, seeking refuge in an idyllic haven of nature and artistry. Imagine yourself walking through the forested grounds of Bohemian Grove, surrounded by towering redwoods and the soft chirping of birds. The air is crisp and clean, with a hint of salt from the nearby Pacific Ocean. You're enveloped in a world of tranquility, one that's been carefully crafted to soothe the savage beast within. Inside this natural sanctuary, you'll find an eclectic array of performances and artistic endeavours. Shakespearean sonnets are recited beneath the stars. Elaborate musical numbers are performed on makeshift stages, and campy humour is employed to poke fun at the high-stakes world these men inhabit. It's a unique blend of artistry and intellectual curiosity that sets Bohemian Grove apart, a place where even the most powerful men can let their guard down, if only for a fleeting moment. But as we've already begun to glimpse, there's more to this enigmatic society than meets the eye. We're now in the midst of the 1920s, an era marked by unparalleled economic growth and social change. The Jazz Age is in full swing, a time when flappers and bootleggers are redefining America's cultural landscape. Amidst this whirlwind of activity, Bohemian Club continues to thrive. Its membership roster boasted some of the most influential men of the age. Herbert Hoover, Richard Nixon, and even George H.W. Bush will all become the club's storied history. But it's not just politics that draws these men to Bohemian Grove. It's an esoteric agenda, one that speaks to the very heart of human experience. These men are drawn to the forest like moths to flame, captivated by its mystical allure and hidden symbolism. As we explore further, we'll delve into the world of mythology and ancient fertility cults, seeking answers to the questions that lie at the very core of Bohemian Grove's mystique. But for now, let's continue our journey through this enchanting world, where artistry, intellectual curiosity, and high-stakes networking converge in a swirling dance of exclusivity. As we make our way deeper into the forest, the air grows thick with an almost palpable sense of anticipation, as if the very trees themselves are holding their breath in expectation. It's here that we begin to glimpse the true nature of Bohemian Grove, an enigmatic society driven by a hunger for experience and a desire to transcend the mundane. We're now on the cusp of something momentous, a time when the boundaries between reality and myth blur, and the secrets of this mystical enclave are finally beginning to surface. Will we uncover the truth behind Bohemian Grove's ancient rituals, or remain forever shrouded in mystery? One thing is certain, our journey into the heart of America's most exclusive fraternity has only just begun. And as we continue to peel back the layers of secrecy surrounding this enigmatic society, one question remains: what lies at the very core of Bohemian Grove? As we venture deeper into the forest, the rustling of leaves and snapping of twigs beneath our feet serve as a reminder that we're not alone in this enchanted world. We've stumbled upon a clearing, and in its center stands an imposing a wooden stage adorned with intricate carvings and symbols, set against a backdrop of towering trees. This is the venue for Bohemian Grove's most revered ritual, the 100-member ensemble performance of the Midnight Special. It's here that these influential men come together to celebrate the ancient traditions of their forebears. As we watch, mesmerized, the performers take to the stage, a mix of actors, musicians, and club members themselves. The air is charged with anticipation as they launch into a dramatic retelling of the story of Ceres and Bacchus, ancient deities who embody the primal forces of nature. With each note, each gesture, we're transported to an era when mythology and ritual were inextricably linked, a time when humans lived in harmony with the natural world. This theatrical spectacle is more than just entertainment. it's a gateway to understanding Bohemian Grove's true purpose. For within this symbolic narrative lies a deeper truth, one that speaks to the eternal struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos. It's here, amidst the shadows of the forest, that these men confront their own mortality, acknowledging the fleeting nature of human existence. As we continue to observe, it becomes clear that Bohemian Grove is not merely an exclusive club. It's a sanctuary, a place where its members can surrender to the primal forces that shape their lives. They come here to be reborn, to shed the of power and responsibility, if only for a few fleeting moments. And in this surrender lies a paradox. By embracing the mysterious and the unknown, they hope to reclaim control over their destiny. Our investigation leads us next to the Bohemian Club's archives, a labyrinth repository of artifacts, documents and photographs that hold the secrets of its storied history. We delve into the records of past performances, scrutinizing the intricate programs and scores, searching for clues about the true nature of this mystical enclave. Among the dusty pages, we stumble upon references to obscure literary works, treatises on alchemy and mysticism, which hint at a far more profound agenda. It appears that Bohemian Grove's members have always been drawn to the esoteric arts, a thread that weaves through their collective psyche like a golden cord. These influential men are not merely networking or building power. They're seeking an experiential connection with the divine, a union with forces beyond the reach of mortal men. As our investigation unfolds, one question remains at the forefront of our inquiry. What drives these powerful individuals to risk everything for this elusive connection? Is it a desire for transcendence, for meaning in a seemingly meaningless world? Or is there something more sinister at play, an ulterior motive that lies shrouded beneath the mystical veneer? As we continue our journey into the heart of Bohemian Grove, we begin to sense that the truth may be far more complex, far more fascinating than we ever could have imagined. We're but mere observers, piecing together fragments of a puzzle that's been shrouded in secrecy for over a century. But one thing is certain, our exploration has only just begun, and the secrets hidden within Bohemian Grove are beginning to surface like ripples on a tranquil lake. As we delve deeper into the archives, we come across a series of photographs depicting the club's members in various states of surrounded by lush greenery and majestic trees. The images appear to be from the 1920s, but what catches our attention is the eerie similarity between these pictures and those taken at modern-day Bohemian Grove gatherings. It's as if time stands still within this sacred grove, where the rituals of yesterday blend seamlessly with those of today. We also find a series of documents detailing the club's bylaws, which outline the strict rules governing membership and participation in the annual retreat. The most intriguing aspect is the requirement that all members must remain silent about their experiences during the gathering, under penalty of expulsion from the club. This secrecy only adds to our growing sense of intrigue. What could be so profound, so transformative, that these men would willingly surrender their freedom of speech? We begin to suspect that Bohemian Grove's mystique is not merely a product of its isolated setting or its members' fascination with the unknown. There appears to be a deliberate effort to create an atmosphere of reverence and awe, a space where the boundaries between reality and fantasy blur, and the participants are free to surrender their ego and indulge in the collective unconscious. A particularly cryptic document refers to the Order of the Owl, a mystic society said to have originated within Bohemian Grove's ranks. According to legend, this order represents a more esoteric aspect of the club, one that delves into the realm of mysticism and spiritual exploration. While the details remain shrouded in mystery, it's clear that this aspect of the club holds immense importance for its most dedicated members. As we continue our research, we come across accounts from former members who claim to have participated in rituals involving animal costumes, elaborate performances, and symbolic reenactments of ancient. The descriptions are often fantastical, even surreal, but what strikes us is the sense of camaraderie and shared experience that permeates these stories. Despite the air of secrecy surrounding Bohemian Grove, we begin to piece together a narrative that speaks to the very heart of human nature, our longing for transcendence, connection, and meaning. These powerful men are not merely networking or consolidating their wealth. They're seeking an experiential understanding of themselves and the world around them. But as we dig deeper, we start to uncover whispers of something more insidious, a hidden agenda that may have less to do with personal growth than with manipulating events on a grand scale. We begin to suspect that Bohemian Grove's true purpose extends far beyond the confines of its California retreat, into the realm of politics, power struggles, and potentially even global policy. As our investigation unfolds, we're faced with an uncomfortable truth. The line between mysticism and manipulation is often blurred, and those who walk this fine line may be willing to do whatever it takes to maintain The secrets hidden within Bohemian Grove are not only about personal transformation, but also about shaping the course of history. Our exploration has only just begun, but we're starting to sense that the truth is far more complex and far-reaching than we initially imagined. As we continue to unravel the enigma of Bohemian Grove, one thing becomes clear. Nothing will ever be seen in quite the same way again. The sun-kissed hills of Sonoma County, California, a picturesque setting where nature's beauty reigns supreme. Yet, beneath the tranquil surface lies a world of intrigue, a secret society that has captivated the imagination of many. Welcome to Bohemian Grove, a 2,700-acre retreat nestled deep within the Santa Rosa Mountains. It was the summer of 1872 when German-American journalist and founder Henry Edwards Davis first conceived the idea for this exclusive club, a gathering place for like-minded individuals to escape the concern of everyday life, where they could freely engage in conversations, philosophy, and artistic pursuits. The name Bohemian, itself a nod to the Bohemian spirit that defined these early members. As we delve into the history of Bohemian Grove, it's essential to acknowledge its evolution over time. In the late 19th century, the club attracted prominent figures from the arts, literature, and politics, including writers Mark Twain and Willa Cather, as well as U.S. Presidents Theodore Roosevelt and Herbert Hoover. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, and Bohemian Grove began to transcend its roots as a simple retreat for creatives. The club's membership expanded to include influential businessmen, politicians, and military leaders. This was an era of great change in America, marked by the onset of World War II, the Cold War, and the dawn of the atomic age. It was during this period that Bohemian Grove established its now iconic summer camp, a sprawling complex of wooden structures, hidden from view by towering redwoods. The merry-go-round and the Oval Temple, just two of the many eccentric buildings that would become synonymous with the club's enigmatic reputation. In 1946, Bohemian Grove welcomed its newest member, Alfred G. Smith, a former mayor of San Francisco. Smith would go on to play a pivotal role in shaping the club's future, introducing new traditions and rituals that would forever alter the landscape of this exclusive retreat. His tenure marked a significant turning point for Bohemian Grove, an era characterized by both growth and controversies. The 1960s were a transformative time in America, as social movements and cultural upheaval redefined the nation's values. Within the walls of Bohemian Grove, however, change unfolded at a slower pace. Membership continued to swell with influential individuals, but the club's inner workings remained opaque, fueling speculation and rumor. It was during this era that Bohemian Grove's most infamous event, the Cremation of Care, emerged as a ritual. Held annually on the summer solstice, it involved a symbolic burning of an effigy representing care, a nod to the club's promise to liberate its members from worldly concerns. Some say the Cremation of Care represents a genuine attempt at self-discovery and transcendence. Others argue it serves as a tool for the powerful to further consolidate their influence, obscuring lines between public service and private interests. The ambiguity surrounding this ritual is part of Bohemian Grove's enduring mystique, an enigma that continues to captivate and unsettle those outside its gates. In the 1980s, journalist and investigative reporter Gary Allen penned a scathing exposé on Bohemian Grove's inner workings. His book, The Rockefeller File, alleged the club was a hotbed of elitist networking, where powerful individuals gathered to further their own agendas at the expense of the broader population. While some critics dismiss Allen's claims as conspiracy theory, others argue that his research highlighted genuine concerns about Bohemian Grove's lack of transparency and accountability. As we continue our exploration, it becomes increasingly clear that this club has long been a source of fascination for those who sense something more complex at play. An institution shrouded in secrecy, operating today as we navigate the vast expanse of Bohemian Grove's labyrinth-thought corridors and rituals. One question persists. What lies at the heart of this enigmatic club? Is it truly a haven for personal growth? Or does something far more sinister lurk beneath its carefully crafted veneer? The annual retreat continues to attract some of America's most influential individuals. But amidst the networking and socializing, there exists an air of anticipation, as if each member is anticipating a moment when their true selves can be set free from the constraints of everyday life. In 1992, Bohemian Grove welcomed its newest leader, Henry Kravis, a financier and billionaire businessman. His tenure marked a new era for the club, one characterized by an increased focus on networking and corporate synergy. Yet, whispers persisted about the club's true purpose, that beneath the surface of camaraderie and self-discovery lies a world where the very fabric of power is manipulated. As we venture deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, the question becomes increasingly pressing. What secrets lie hidden within these redwood-lined walls? What drives these powerful individuals to participate in this exclusive retreat, surrendering their freedom of speech in the process? In our quest for answers, we find ourselves navigating a realm where politics, finance, and spirituality converge, where the line between personal transformation and manipulation is perilously thin. And it's here, in the heart of Bohemian Grove, that we begin to unravel the threads of a mystery that has captivated us for centuries, the secrets hidden beneath the branches of America's most exclusive club. As night begins to fall on the sun-drenched hills of Sonoma County, and the soft glow of lanterns illuminates the pathway to Bohemian Grove, one thing becomes clear. Nothing about this place is as it seems, and it's only by shedding light upon its shadowy recesses that we can truly understand what drives these men beneath the stars, shrouded in an atmosphere of reverence and awe. For now, let us continue our journey into the heart of Bohemian Grove, where myth, mystery, and intrigue await around every corner. Truth may be hidden, but one thing is certain. Once we take this path, there's no turning back. As we make our way deeper into the forest, the sound of laughter and music grows louder, mingling with the rustling of leaves and chirping of crickets. The air is thick with an otherworldly energy, as if the very essence of the redwoods has seeped into every molecule. We approach a clearing where a grand procession is underway. Members of Bohemian Grove, dressed in elaborate costumes and masks, make their way towards a massive stone monument at the center of the glade. At the forefront of the procession walks Oliver Sipple, a renowned philanthropist and one of the club's most revered members. His imposing figure is clad in a regal cloak, his eyes gleaming with an almost messianic intensity as he leads the throng towards their destination. Behind him, a retinue of lesser-known members follows, their faces obscured by elaborate headpieces, their movements choreographed to perfection. As they converge upon the stone monument, the atmosphere becomes increasingly charged. The music swells, a cacophony of pipes and drums echoing through the forest, as if summoning some ancient, primordial power. It is at this moment that we begin to grasp the full extent of Bohemian Grove's mystique, its unwavering dedication to ritual and spectacle. This particular ceremony, known as the Cremation of Care, has been a cornerstone of Bohemian Grove's tradition for generations. A mock effigy of Care is set ablaze at the base of the stone monument, symbolizing the release of worldly burdens and anxieties among its members. It's an event that seems more akin to some pagan fertility rite than a gathering of high society elites. As we observe this ritual, it becomes apparent that Bohemian Grove is less about personal transformation and more about forging alliances and strengthening ties between the most influential individuals in American society. These men are not simply bonding over their shared affluence, they're building relationships that will determine the course of global events for years to come. Henry Kravis, now a seasoned member, has become an indispensable architect within this web of power brokers. His business acumen and connections have solidified Bohemian Grove's position as the epicenter of West Coast politics and finance. It is through his tutelage that these men learn how to navigate the treacherous landscape of global commerce, where corporate interests often collide with national security concerns. One name stands out among the many faces we've seen so far: George W. Bush Sr., a two-term president of the United States, who has made numerous visits to Bohemian Grove during his tenure. His relationships within the club are well documented. He and Henry Kravis have been particularly close allies, their camaraderie forging some of the most significant decisions in modern American history. As we delve deeper into the labyrinthine corridors of Bohemian Grove's psyche, we begin to grasp the scale of what's at stake here. Not merely a gathering of elites, but an incubator for future leaders and a testing for strategies that will shape the world order. These powerful men are not simply indulging in fraternity rituals. They're writing history with every step, every conversations, and every decision made beneath these ancient redwoods. Yet, the more we uncover about Bohemian Grove's inner workings, the more questions arise. What secrets do these individuals whisper to each other as they lounge by the poolside? How far does their networking reach beyond the borders of Sonoma County? And what are they truly celebrating or sacrifices in this grand spectacle that unfolds under the watchful gaze of their stone monument? We continue our journey, venturing into the heart of Bohemian Grove, where shadows dance across trees and whispers hint at truths yet unknown. For now, it remains clear, nothing about this place is as it seems. And it's only by unwinding the tangled threads of power, intrigue, and mystery that we may finally grasp what lies hidden beneath the branches of America's most exclusive club. As we venture deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, the air thickens with an aura of mystique. The sounds of laughter and conversations carry on the breeze, but the tone is one of hushed reverence, as if the very fabric of reality is about to be pierced by some sacred knowledge. We've been warned not to stray from the designated paths, lest we disturb the sanctity of this hidden world. But I'm driven by a burning curiosity. What secrets lie behind the imposing stone facade of the Grove's central monument? The Bohemian Club's official literature speaks of this edifice as a tribute to the great leaders and thinkers who have shaped the course of human events. Yet, for those familiar with the club's inner workings, it's clear that the real as we approach the monument, I notice a peculiar symbol etched into the stone above the entrance, an image known as the owl. It's said to be a nod to the ancient Greeks, who revered the owl as a symbol of wisdom, and in this context, it takes on a more ominous tone, hinting at a group that wields authority not just through wealth or position, but also through its supposed insight into the workings of the world. Approached by one of the Grove's senior members, an elderly gentleman with a twinkle in his eye and a knowing smile, he introduces himself as a member of the club's Council of 500. a group comprising some of the most influential leaders from various industries and sectors. As we engage him in conversations, it becomes clear that he's chosen to share his insights, not out of altruism, but perhaps due to a calculated decision, to offer us a glimpse into the world beyond the veil. Over whiskey and cigars, this elder statesman begins to peel back layers of secrecy, dropping subtle hints about Bohemian Grove's true purpose. He speaks of the club as a proving ground for ideas, where its members can test new theories and strategies without fear of reprisal or public scrutiny. It's an incubator, he explains, for shaping policy and influencing global events, a place where the boundaries between commerce, politics, and finance blur into an amorphous entity that can only be described, and yet, amidst all this grandeur and self-aggrandizement, there lurks an undercurrent, one that suggests these powerful men are not merely building their own personal empires, but also conspiring against forces they deem. What these forces might be, I couldn't quite discern in our conversations. But as we make our way deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, I begin to sense a growing unease among its members, an almost palpable anxiety that something is about to disrupt this carefully crafted world. Little do they know, however, that their secrets are already on the verge of being exposed. As we delve deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, the air thickens with an almost palpable sense of anticipation. The trees seem to lean in, as if they too are privy to the secrets that lie within these ancient redwoods. We find ourselves on a winding path, navigating through a tapestry of towering cedars and ferns that filter the sunlight into dappled shadows. It's late July 1999, and the grove is buzzing with activity. Behind us lies the tranquility of Monterio, the nearby town where some of the world's most influential minds have converged to share their thoughts on global governance. Before us, however, lies a labyrinth that only those initiated into its inner workings truly understand. Our guide, an individual we'll call Alexander, seems to be leading us to the heart of the grove. The fabled Moloch statue, a colossal representation of Moloch, the ancient deity who demanded human sacrifice. Its imposing presence is said to intimidate even the most hardened among Bohemian Club members. We've been warned not to stray from designated paths lest we disturb the sanctity of this hidden world. Alexander's parting words echo through our minds. The owl is watching, always watching. As we proceed, a sense of unease begins to build within us. An unsettling feeling that we're being pulled into a realm where the rules don't. To our left lies the sprawling complex known as the Grove Theatre, its intricately carved wooden facade adorned with symbolic motifs reminiscent of ancient civilizations. We pass beneath its eaves, hearing whispers of secret performances and cryptic rituals hidden from prying eyes. As we journey deeper into the woods, a sense of foreboding settles over us, like a shroud. What secrets lie within these shadows? Whose interests do they serve? Alex seems to sense our own, his pace quickening as if urging us towards some unknown destination. Suddenly, we hear the unmistakable sound of revelry drifting through the trees. Laughter, clinking glasses, and the murmur of hushed conversations. It's an impromptu gathering, seemingly unscripted but expertly choreographed to create an air of camaraderie among its members. As we approach, I notice a small band playing a lively tune on a makeshift stage, their music carrying us toward the heart of this social hub. Amidst the crowd, I spot familiar faces from Monterio, corporate moguls, high-ranking politicians, and influential media personalities, rubbing shoulders with lesser-known figures whose presence only adds. What secrets are they sharing over champagne and canapes? Whose interests do they serve when the cameras are turned off and the public gaze is averted? I catch Alexander's eye, and for an instant, our gazes lock in mutual understanding. We both know that beneath this facade of conviviality lies a tapestry of power struggles, hidden agendas, and delicate balance between individuals who wield influence like currency. Our group now merges with the crowd, drawn into the vortex of conversation and laughter as we struggle to identify familiar faces amidst the sea of well-dressed strangers. It's an exercise in futility. I realize these men are masters at hiding their true selves behind masks of cordiality and camaraderie. We're handed glasses. 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 This is the world where secrets are currency, and we're merely guests in this exclusive club. As I raise the glass to join the collective toast, Alexander leans over, his voice barely above a whisper. "Keep your wits about you," he says with a raised eyebrow. "Tonight's revelry will take us down paths that lead to uncharted territories." I hesitate for an instant before responding with a reassuring smile, all too aware of the stakes involved in this journey into the heart of Bohemian Grove. The night wears on, replete with stories and anecdotes shared over laughter and libations. Amidst it all, our small group becomes separated from the crowd, drifting toward the periphery as whispers turn to urgent huddles. It's around 11 p.m. when we stumble upon a secluded clearing surrounded by towering trees. In its center stands an eerie stone statue with glowing red eyes, its presence both unsettling and mesmerizing. I recognize this enigmatic figure, Moloch, guardian of prosperity and bringer of doom. Behind us lies the din of revelry and laughter, now fading into the darkness as we find ourselves at a crossroads. Do we follow Alexander's unspoken lead, or explore these uncharted territories on our own? The question lingers in my mind, like an open invitation to unravel secrets hidden behind closed doors. As I glance about, taking in the eerie landscape illuminated only by moonlight filtering through the treetops, I realize that we're not alone. Our presence has been noted, some unseen observer watching from the shadows as we grapple with the intricacies of Bohemian Grove's inner workings. I turn toward Alexander, but he's nowhere to be seen. The darkness seems to swallow him whole, leaving me an unsettling feeling of being watched. I feel a shiver run down my spine as the red eyes of Moloch seem to gaze into my very soul, questioning my resolve and the limits of my pursuit for truth. And then, like whispers carried on the wind, we begin to pick up fragments of conversations. Faint words echo through the trees. Names like Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, and George H.W. They're mentioned alongside clandestine meetings and diplomatic maneuverings that span decades. The sound carries us toward a narrow dirt path leading deeper into the woods, an unmarked route marked by shadows of uncertainty and unspoken fears. Do we press on or retreat back to the sea of Monte Rio, leaving this mystery unsolved? My companion leans in close, voice barely above a whisper. Tonight's journey is just beginning. We're now pawns in a game where players move unseen. We step forward onto the dirt path, our footsteps silenced by the silence of the woods as we delve into the heart of Bohemian Grove. As we follow the narrow path, the trees seem to close in around us, their branches tangling overhead like skeletal fingers. The air is heavy with the scent of pine and damp earth, a primordial smell that transports us back to a time before civilization. We walk for what feels like an eternity, sound being the soft crunch of gravel beneath our feet. Suddenly, the trees part, and we emerge into a clearing. Before us lies the largest structure on the entire property, a massive, ornate temple dedicated to the Roman god Moloch. The moon casts long shadows across its facade, giving it an otherworldly appearance. I can feel my heart race as I take in the sheer scale of this edifice. This is the temple, my companion whispers, her voice barely audible over the wind rustling through the trees. Here's where they hold their rituals. As we approach the entrance, a faint of chanting carries on the breeze. It's an eerie sound, like nothing I've ever heard before. The words are indistinguishable, but the tone is unmistakable, a mix of reverence and desperation. We slip inside, finding ourselves in a grand hall adorned with frescoes depicting ancient myths and legends. The air is thick with incense, and the scent of burning wood wafts through the space. We move cautiously, trying not to draw attention to ourselves as we search for any sign of what's happening beyond this point. As we navigate the labyrinthy corridors, I catch glimpses of Bohemian Grove members in their signature red robes. Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, and others I've only read about. They're gathered around a massive stone altar, their eyes closed as they chant in unison. The ritual seems to be reaching its crescendo. I feel a shiver run down my spine as I grasp the significance of this moment. These are some of the most powerful men on the planet. Politicians, statesmen, and corporate leaders, gathered together in secrecy, worshipping at an altar dedicated to Moloch. It's a cult, plain and simple, and I'm not sure if I'm watching history unfold or a sinister plot that threatens the very fabric of our society. As we move closer to the altar, I notice something peculiar. Each member has a small, intricately carved wooden box with their name on it. They're being handed these boxes by an unseen figure, someone who seems to be orchestrating this ritual from behind the scenes. What's inside those boxes? And what does it mean for these powerful individuals? My companion leans in close, her voice barely above a whisper. We need to get out of here, now. But I'm transfixed, my eyes glued to the scene unfolding before me. I can feel the weight of history being made, and I don't want to miss anything. As we stand there, frozen in time, the chanting reaches its climax. The ritual is at its most intense point, of collective worship that transcends human boundaries. And then, as suddenly as it began, everything stops. The silence is oppressive, heavy with anticipation. The air seems to vibrate with unspoken expectations, like the moment before a gunshot rings out in an empty room. And then, without warning, the ceremony erupts into chaos. I was so excited to see the scene. A figure emerges from the shadows, brandishing a torch that casts flickering shadows across the walls. He's dressed in a simple tunic, his face hidden behind a mask of pure white. The chanting begins anew, but this time it's different, anguished and desperate. The air is charged with a sense of foreboding, like the calm before a storm unleashes its fury. We're caught in the midst of something primal, ancient, and utterly terrifying. I feel my heart pounding against my ribcage as I realise that we've stumbled into a moment of raw power, one where the very fabric of our reality is about to be reshaped. My companion tugs on my arm, her eyes wide with fear. We have to get out of here, now. But I'm transfixed, unsure if I can tear myself away from this spectacle. The red robes seem to blur together as they chant and dance around the altar, a sea of colour that seems to pulse with an otherworldly energy. And then, in an instant, everything falls silent once more. The figure with the torch has vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the faint scent of smoke and an unsettling feeling that our very presence has been noticed. I try to tear my eyes away from the scene before me, but they seem glued to the ritual unfolding in front of us. My companion's grip on my arm tightens as she pulls me towards the edge of the clearing. "Come on," she whispers urgently. "We have to go." But I'm rooted to the spot, transfixed by the eerie glow emanating from the torch that has vanished into thin air. As we stand there, a low murmur begins to spread through the crowd, growing louder and more intense with each passing moment. The red-robed figures start to disperse, their eyes scanning the surrounding trees as if searching for something, or someone. My companion's grip on my arm becomes almost painful as she tugs me towards the safety of our hiding spot. We finally break free from the clearing, pushing through a thicket of bushes and emerging into a narrow dirt path that winds its way deeper into the forest. The chanting has stopped, but the air still vibrates with an electric tension, making my skin prickle with unease. My companion's breathing is rapid and shallow as she grabs my arm again. this time not just to pull me along, but to steady herself. "What did we just witness?" she whispers, her eyes scanning our surroundings nervously. "What was that ritual?" I shake my head, trying to process the surreal experience we've just had. "I don't know," I admit, but it felt ancient. As we make our way back through the forest, the sounds of the ritual recede into the distance, replaced by an oppressive silence that seems to follow us like a dark shadow. We don't speak again until we reach the safety of our vehicle, parked at the edge of the forest. "What's going on here?" my companion asks, her voice barely above a whisper as she glances around nervously. "Who are these people?" I hesitate, unsure how much to reveal about what we've witnessed, but something in her eyes tells me that she knows more than I think. "You know," I say slowly, trying to gauge her reaction, "this is Bohemian Grove." She nods almost imperceptibly, as if confirming a slurium she's had all along. "I knew it was more than just a summer retreat for the wealthy and powerful," she says quietly. As we drive away from the forest, I'm struck by the realization that our presence has not gone unnoticed. The figure with the torch, the one who seemed to be watching us with an unblinking gaze, lingers in my mind like a spectre. Was it a coincidence that we stumbled into their ritual, or was something else at play? I glance back through the rearview mirror, but all I see is the dark expanse of forest, shrouded in shadows and secrets. The red-robed figures seem to have vanished into thin air, leaving behind only the faintest whisper of a presence that seems to haunt this place like an unseen spectre. "What's next?" my companion asks, breaking the silence as we hit the main road. I glance at her, wondering if she's asking about our investigation or something more profound. "I don't know," I reply slowly, "but I think it's time we started digging deeper into Bohemian Grove." The darkness of the forest seems to press in around us as we drive away from the ritual site, but I sense a new energy building inside as we emerged from the forest. The faint glow of our vehicle's headlights cast an eerie light on the darkness behind us. The trees seem to loom over us like sentinels, guarding secrets that only a select few have ever been privy to. Bohemian Grove, the summer retreat for America's most powerful men, had revealed its true face to us, one of mystery and intrigue. Our investigation had begun with whispers of ritualistic ceremonies, but what we witnessed was only the tip of the iceberg. We knew that Bohemian Grove had been established in 1872 by a group of San Francisco businessmen, but it wasn't until the early 20th century that the resort began to take on its modern form. In 1927, a young man named Frederick Delano, President Franklin D. Roosevelt's uncle, played a pivotal role in shaping Bohemian Grove into the secretive haven we'd just stumbled upon. Under his guidance, the Grove underwent a series of expansions and renovations, including the construction of the iconic Owl Shrine, an imposing stone statue adorned with owls, which would become a symbol of what lay beneath this facade of luxury and privilege. We knew that Bohemian Grove was not just any ordinary summer retreat. Its membership rolls boasted some of America's most influential figures, politicians, business leaders, and even royalty. The connections ran deep, with notable attendees including President Herbert Hoover, who spent many summers within the Grove's secluded boundaries. As we delved deeper into our investigation, it became clear that Bohemian Grove was more than just a club. It was an institution, one that held sway over America's power elite. We spoke to former members, their accounts painting a picture of a world where deals were brokered and agendas set behind the closed doors of the Grove. One individual who had once called the Grove home claimed that Bohemian Grove was not just about camaraderie among the wealthy. It was also an incubator for policy making. These men would come to the Grove, leave their worries at the gate, and discuss issues in a more relaxed environment, he explained. "You see, when you're in such close proximity with the likes of Henry Kissinger or Bob Hope, you tend to get a glimpse into the inner workings of power. The year 1942 marked a turning point for Bohemian Grove, as it began hosting this annual event held on the summer solstice would become a defining feature of the club's traditions. An elaborate production that drew inspiration from Greek tragedy and ritual sacrifice. At this time, we discovered a remarkable document penned by Bohemian Grove member Herbert Hoover's biographer, William S. It detailed the events surrounding the creation of Midsummer Night's Eve, revealing that the rituals had their roots in the occult. It appeared that Bohemian Grove drew inspiration from various esoteric traditions and elements to create its own distinct brand of mysticism. The Grove ceremonies were an elaborate display of paganism, Benson wrote, describing how members would recite ancient incantations, perform ritual dances, and reenact historical events. This blurring of lines between politics and the occult was nothing new for Bohemian Grove. We learned that in 1928, the club had held a mock funeral procession for the man, symbolizing the passing of an era, likely a veiled reference to the end of World War I, or perhaps even President Warren G. Harding's untimely demise. Further down the rabbit hole, we encountered whispers of the Bohemian Grove conspiracy, allegations that this powerful cabal was working behind the scenes to shape American politics and commerce. Names like John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson, and J. Edgar Hoover came up in our research, each linked to Bohemian Grove through some form or another. As we explored the various connections between these influential individuals, it became clear that a small coterie of elite leaders was guiding the course of American history, often using Bohemian Grove, a private think tank, and these meetings, though secretive, to exert an unseen influence over the nation's politics. Rumors swelled about Bohemian Grove's Cremation of Care ceremony, an allegorical rite where a mock funeral was held for the care of one's duties. This enigmatic practice, observed by insiders to be a pivotal part of the ritualistic cycle at Bohemian Grove, has sparked numerous conspiracy theories over the years. It seems that many powerful men have indeed passed through the Cremation of Care ceremony, with those in positions of authority reporting a marked increase in decisiveness and detachment following their attendance. Coincidence or causality? One thing was clear: these influential attendees had something to gain, or perhaps lose, by being part of this elite group. Our investigation continued down this path of discovery, unearthing the intricacies of Bohemian Grove's inner workings. We spoke with those who'd broken away from the club, disillusioned by its influence and machinations. For them, it was a story of manipulation, where loyalty to the institution eclipsed loyalty to country or conscience. One such former member expressed his frustration at being an organization whose primary concern seemed to be furthering the interests of its wealthy patrons, rather than serving the greater good. Bohemian taught me that the power elite was above the law, he revealed, shaking his head in disgust. They saw us as little more than pawns in their game of global domination. As we pieced together this enigmatic history, one thing became clear: Bohemian Grove had become a nexus for those with a vested interest in with each new revelation, the mystery only deepened. It seemed that our encounter within the Grove was a glimpse into the shadows of power that operated beneath the surface of American society. And we couldn't help but wonder what secrets lay hidden behind those towering redwoods, waiting to be unearthed. As we dug deeper, we began to uncover the intricate web of connections between Bohemian Grove and the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. It was a network that seemed almost impossible to penetrate, with threads stretching from the highest echelons of government to the most influential in finance and industry. The Grove's annual conclave, known as Midnight Special, drew in some of the most powerful men on the planet, including 3 US presidents, Herbert Hoover, Gerald, and Ronald Reagan. One notable guest at these gatherings was Richard Nixon, who would later become embroiled in the Gate scandal. His connections to Bohemian Grove have raised eyebrows among conspiracy theorists, with some suggesting that the Grove's influence may have contributed to his increasingly erratic behavior in office. Nixon's membership was also marked by a dramatic shift in his public persona, from austere and duty-bound to more flamboyant and erratic. Other high-profile guests have included Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, and even Colin Powell, all of whom have been known for their roles in shaping America's foreign policy. It's little wonder that speculation has run rampant about the Grove's role in facilitating backroom deals and secret agreements between its members. As one former insider told us, you see some pretty dark stuff go down at Bohemian Grove, not just morally, but geopolitically. In recent years, a number of influential figures have spoken out against the club. Former US Senator from Minnesota Mark Dayton has gone so far as to call for greater transparency into the Grove's activities, stating that its influence on American politics demands scrutiny. Meanwhile, despite these criticisms, the allure of Bohemian Grove remains strong for many of its members. In fact, some have reported being invited back to the Grove even after they've publicly criticized the organization, a testament, perhaps, to the power and influence wielded by those within its ranks. For us, the experience of investigating Bohemian Grove has been nothing short of eye-opening. As we reflect on our encounters with current and former members, it's clear that this enigmatic institution remains shrouded in secrecy. While some may dismiss these revelations as mere conspiracy theories, the sheer weight of evidence gathered suggests otherwise. The story of Bohemian Grove is, at its core, a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and influence. It serves as a stark reminder that those who hold positions of authority are not immune to corruption, nor are they always accountable for their actions. As we continue to probe the shadows cast by this secretive organization, one thing becomes increasingly clear. Bohemian Grove is merely a symptom of a far greater disease afflicting American society. One that, as we delve deeper into the world of Bohemian Grove, it becomes apparent that its influence extends far beyond the confines of its forest sanctuary. The club's membership roster is a veritable who's who of American power brokers, with individuals from across the spectrum of politics, finance, and industry in attendance. One of the most striking aspects of Bohemian Grove's operations is its elaborate system of symbolism and ritual. Each summer, members gather for a 2-week encampment known as the Midsummer Jaunt, during which they participate in a series of staged events and performances designed to promote camaraderie and bonding among the membership. At the heart of these festivities lies a ritualistic drama known as the Cremation of Care. Performed on the final night of the encampment, this spectacle in symbolic burning of an effigy representing according to club law, this ceremony serves as a means of casting aside the burdens of responsibility and indulging in carefree revelry. Yet, beneath its whimsical facade lies a more insidious dynamic at play. Many former members have described the Cremation of Care as little more than an excuse for members to engage in licentious behavior, with some even alleging that young men are specifically invited to attend with the intention of being groomed for. This culture of predation has been echoed by allegations made against Bohemian Grove by a number of prominent critics. Mark Phillips, a journalist who wrote extensively about the club in the 1980s, described an atmosphere of total debauchery at the Grove, where members would engage in reckless and often drunken behavior. For others, however, Bohemian Grove represents something more sinister, a deliberate attempt to create and maintain a sense of social cohesion among the ruling elite. According to this perspective, the club serves as a means of reinforcing existing power structures and silencing dissenting voices through the cultivation of exclusive relationships and shared experiences. The connections between Bohemian Grove and other influential institutions are indeed intriguing. Members have been known to include notable figures from organizations such as the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, and even the Skull and Bone Society, all of which share a history of alleged. These ties raise questions about the extent to which Bohemian Grove acts as a feeder organization for these other institutions, providing a sort of finishing school for young men who aspire to join the ranks of America's. While it is impossible to prove direct involvement or coordination between these groups, there is little doubt that they share a common ideological agenda. As we continue our investigation into Bohemian Grove, one thing becomes increasingly clear. This enigmatic organization is merely one part of a far larger web of influence and power that permeate. It is an unsettling truth that many have come to accept, namely, that those who hold positions of authority are not always accountable for their actions, and that the pursuit of power can often lead individuals. In the shadows of Bohemian redwood forest lies a world of intrigue and deception, where the lines between public duty and personal gain are consistently blurred. As we shed light on this hidden realm, it becomes clear that the story of Bohemian Grove is not just one of secret rituals and exclusive clubs, but also a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and influence. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of Bohemian Grove, it's fascinating to examine the individuals who have made up its membership over the years. One name that stands out among the many is that of Ronald Reagan, the 40th President of the United States. A two-time member of Bohemian Grove, Reagan's connection to the club predates his presidency by several decades. Reagan first attended Bohemian Grove in 1967, during a time when he was serving as governor of California. It's here that he formed close bonds with other influential members, including William Randolph Hearst Jr., the son of the media mogul. This connection proved significant, as Reagan would later appoint Hearst to serve on the board of directors for the new U.S. Embassy in Moscow. But it's not just Reagan's connections to Bohemian Grove that are noteworthy. His motivations for attending the club also warrant closer examination. While many have speculated about the reasons behind Reagan's involvement with the organization, few have delved into the personal relationships he forged during his time at Bohemian Grove. One individual who played a pivotal role in shaping Reagan's experience was George Shultz, a close friend and fellow member of Bohemian Grove. A prominent economist and diplomat, Shultz served as Secretary of State under President Gerald Ford and would later become a key advisor to Ronald Reagan. His connection to Bohemian Grove highlights the club's role in fostering relationships between influential individuals who would go on to shape American policy. Shultz's own history with Bohemian Grove dates back to the 1950s, when he was still working as an economist at Shell Oil Company. During this time, he became fast friends with William Noland, a prominent Republican politician and two-time member of Bohemian Grove. The duo's close relationship would prove instrumental in shaping American foreign policy during the Cold War era. One incident that exemplifies the complex web of relationships within Bohemian Grove occurred in 1967, when George Shultz was invited to join the club by none other than William Noland himself. It was on this occasion that Shultz first met Ronald Reagan, who would later become a close friend and confidant. This chance meeting between Reagan and Shultz highlights the importance of social connections within Bohemian Grove. By attending the club, these influential individuals were not only forging personal relationships, but also solidifying their positions within America's elite. Another individual whose story is intricately tied to that of Bohemian Grove is William F. Buckley Jr., the renowned author and conservative commentator. A two-time member of the club, Buckley was known for his sharp intellect and incisive writing style, which often critiqued the liberal establishment. Buckley's involvement with Bohemian Grove began in the 1950s, when he first attended as a young man. At this time, he was still working on his PhD at Yale University and had yet to establish himself as a prominent figure within the conservative movement. It's fascinating to note that Buckley's presence within Bohemian Grove coincided with the club's growing influence within American politics. As the Cold War heated up, Bohemian Grove members began to play an increasingly important role in shaping US foreign policy, and it was here that Buckley forged key relationships with other influential individuals. One who shared a particularly close bond with Buckley was George Will, another prominent conservative commentator. The two men would often engage in lively debates about politics and literature during their time at Bohemian Grove. Their camaraderie highlights the sense of community that exists within Bohemian Grove, an atmosphere where like-minded individuals can come together to discuss ideas and forge lasting relationships. This dynamic is particularly notable given the club's reputation for secrecy and exclusivity. As we continue to explore the intriguing world of Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly clear that the club's influence extends far beyond its redwood forest borders. The relationships forged within these woods have had a profound impact on American politics, shaping policy decisions and cementing positions of power. One such instance is the story of Henry Kissinger, the former Secretary of State, who served under Presidents Nixon and Ford. A three-time member of Bohemian Grove, Kissinger's connection to the club dates back to the 1950s, when he was still working as a young diplomat at Harvard University. Kissinger's involvement with Bohemian Grove coincided with his rise to prominence within American foreign policy circles. As the Cold War heated up, Kissinger became an increasingly influential voice in shaping US policy towards the Soviet Union, and it was here that he forged key relationships with other members of the club. One such individual was William P. Bundy, a prominent diplomat who served as Secretary of State under President John F. The two men developed a close working relationship during their time at Bohemian Grove, often engaging in spirited discussions about US-Soviet relations. Their camaraderie highlights the role that Bohemian Grove has played in fostering relationships between influential individuals within American politics. By attending the club, these individuals have not only solidified their positions of power, but also forged lasting bonds with others who share similar interests and ideas. As we examine the complex web of relationships within Bohemian Grove, it's impossible to ignore the role that personal connections play in shaping policy decisions. These informal networks often operate beneath the radar of public scrutiny, yet they have a profound impact on American politics. One instance that exemplifies this dynamic is the story of James Baker, the former Secretary of State who served under Presidents Reagan and Bush Sr. A two-time member of Bohemian Grove, Baker's connection to the club dates back to the 1960s, when he was still working as a young lawyer at Andrews Kurth LLP. Baker's involvement with Bohemian Grove coincided with his rise to prominence within American politics. As Reagan's Secretary of State, Baker played a pivotal role in shaping US-Soviet relations during the late 1980s, and it was here that he forged key relationships with other members of the club. One such individual was Brent Scowcroft, a prominent diplomat who served as National Security Advisor under Presidents Ford and Bush Sr. The two men developed a close working relationship during their time at Bohemian Grove, often engaging in spirited discussions about US-Soviet relations. Their camaraderie highlights the role that personal connections play within American politics. Relationships forged within informal networks like Bohemian Grove can have a profound impact on policy decisions. As we shed light on these hidden dynamics, it becomes increasingly clear that the story of Bohemian Grove is not just one of secret rituals and exclusive clubs, but also a cautionary tale about the dangers of And so as we conclude our deep dive into the intriguing world of Bohemian Grove, it's impossible to ignore the complex web of relationships that exists within its ranks. By examining these personal connections, we gain a deeper understanding of how America's most powerful elite have shaped policy decisions over the years, and what this might mean for the future of American politics. As we step back from the world of Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly clear that the story of this enigmatic organization is far from over. There are still many questions to be answered about the nature of its influence, the motivations behind its members' actions, and what lies ahead for this mysterious club. As we delve deeper into the Bohemian Grove, one cannot help but wonder what secrets lie within the labyrinth halls of the 2,700-acre retreat. What is it about this place that draws in some of America's most powerful men? For James Baker, it was a combination of its mystique and camaraderie that first drew him to Bohemian Grove. I was initially drawn to it because I was invited by someone I trusted, he recalls. And once you get involved, you realize how much fun it is. The music, the theatre, the beautiful grounds. It's just a wonderful place. But beneath the surface of this idyllic setting lies a complex web of one of Baker's closest friends and fellow Bohemian Grove members was George Shultz, who served as Reagan's Secretary of State from 1982 to 1989. Like Baker, Shultz played a key role in shaping US-Soviet relations during the late 1980s, and his close friendship with Baker helped facilitate their collaboration on various policy initiatives. We would often meet for dinner or lunch, Shultz recalls, and discuss everything from politics to family matters. This level of camaraderie is not unique to Bohemian Grove. Many members report developing, but what sets Bohemian Grove apart from other exclusive clubs is its unique blend of socializing, self-improvement, and sheer spectacle. Every year, members gather for a 2-week retreat that culminates in the infamous Cremation of Care ceremony, a symbolic ritual in which participants mocked the constraints of modern society and abandoned their worldly concerns. For many members, this event represents the highlight of the summer, a chance to let loose, indulge in some light-hearted hedonism, and reaffirm their bonds with fellow club members. And yet, despite its carefree atmosphere, Bohemian Grove has been at the center of several controversies over the years. In 1936, for instance, the American Civil Liberties Union launched a lawsuit against the club's exclusive nature, arguing that it unfairly discriminated against certain groups, including women and Although the lawsuit was ultimately dismissed, it marked one of the earliest instances of scrutiny surrounding Bohemian Grove. More recently, in 2000, a group of protesters descended upon the club's gates, criticizing its perceived ties to corporate interests and demanding greater transparency about its activities. While these demonstrations were largely peaceful, they underscored growing concerns about the influence of groups like Bohemian Grove on American politics. As one activist noted at the time, we're not just talking about a bunch of rich guys having a good time. We're talking about men who shape policy and make decisions that affect our lives. As we continue to unravel the enigma that is Bohemian, from the halls of press to the boardrooms of major corporations, the connections forged within this California retreat have shaped American politics and policy for generations. As James Baker himself acknowledges, it's not just a matter of who's in or out, it's about the relationships that are built and how those relationships can affect policy. In the next installment of our series, we'll delve deeper into these as the protests outside Bohemian Grove's gates in 2000 slowly subsided. A new era of scrutiny had begun to surround this enigmatic club. For decades, its members had operated with an air of secrecy, their influence wielded behind closed doors and far from prying eyes. But as the world became increasingly interconnected, it seemed that Bohemian Grove's time in the shadows was coming to an end. One individual who would go on to play a significant role in this narrative is Richard Fink, a former member of Ronald Reagan's cabinet and a die-hard supporter of free market ideology. Fink had joined Bohemian Grove in 1983, drawn by its promise of camaraderie among like-minded individuals. Over the years, he would become an integral part of the club's inner circle, rubbing shoulders with some of America's most influential men. However, it was Fink who would also spark controversy surrounding Bohemian Grove's activities. In 2001, A leaked internal memo revealed that the club had been quietly lobbying lawmakers on behalf of its members' corporate interests. The revelation sent shockwaves through Washington, D.C., with many questioning how such blatant crony capitalism could thrive in plain sight. As the debate raged on, it became increasingly clear that Bohemian Grove's influence extended far beyond its 2,700 acres. According to reports, club members had a profound impact on everything from tax policy to foreign affairs. James Baker himself would later acknowledge that his fellow members often used their connections to further their business interests. This crony capitalism was not new to America. It had long been the subject of heated debate among economists and politicians. Bohemian Grove's unique position at the nexus of politics and big business made it a prime target for critics. One vocal critic was former Senator George McGovern, who in 2002 penned an editorial decrying the club's activities as a symbol of all that is wrong with America. McGovern argued that Bohemian Grove represented a stark reminder of how unchecked corporate power could corrupt even the highest echelons of government. In response to mounting pressure, Bohemian Grove finally took steps towards greater transparency. The club announced plans to create an official website detailing its activities and membership roster for public perusal. While this move was seen as a tentative step in the right direction, many continued to question the true nature of the club's inner workings. Meanwhile, Richard Fink's role within Bohemian Grove only seemed to deepen. In 2003, he took on an executive position at Koch Industries, the energy conglomerate owned by billionaire Charles Koch, one of the club's most influential members. This appointment sent shockwaves through the media, with many wondering how such a powerful company could be quietly influencing policy from behind the scenes. As the years passed, Bohemian Grove continued to attract controversy. In 2010, investigative journalist Greg Palast published an explosive expose detailing the club's role in shaping US-Saudi relations. According to Palast, club members had been instrumental in paving the way for America's involvement in the Iraq War, a move that would have far-reaching consequences for global politics. In response to mounting pressure, Bohemian Grove announced plans to revamp its membership policies. The club pledged to attract more diverse members and promote greater transparency within its ranks. However, critics remain skeptical, pointing out that such moves merely scratch the surface of deeper issues. As we fast forward to the present day, it's clear that the story of Bohemian Grove is far from over. While the club continues to maintain a veil of secrecy around its activities, its influence on American politics and policy remains a pressing concern. In an era marked by increasing polarization and corporate power, the true extent of Bohemian Grove's reach can no longer be ignored. This shadowy world of crony capitalism has been brewing for decades, with roots dating back to post-World War II America. As historian Niall Ferguson notes in his seminal work, The Colossus, it was during this period that corporate power began to supplant government authority. Today, we see the fruits of this labor, an era where corporate lobbies wield unprecedented influence over lawmaking and policymaking. Bohemian Grove represents a microcosm of this trend, a place where some of the most influential men come together to shape policy and further their business interests. As we continue to unravel the threads of this enigmatic club, it becomes increasingly clear that its impact extends far beyond the confines of its 2,700 acres. For those living in the United States today, understanding the machinations within Bohemian Grove is crucial, not merely for a glimpse into the privileged world of America's elite, but to comprehend the vast web of relationships and from tax reforms to foreign interventions. It's become increasingly clear that those with ties to Bohemian Grove are quietly crafting the very fabric of American life. The parallels between Bohemian Grove's activities and those of its contemporaries, such as Bilderberg Group and Trilateral Committee, are undeniable. Each represents a microcosm of the growing influence of corporate interests in politics, echoing concerns raised by figures like Senator McGovern all those years ago. As our world becomes increasingly complex and globalized, it's more crucial than ever to grasp these historical currents. In doing so, we may find ourselves questioning the true nature of power and privilege within our societies. A daunting task, but one that offers a glimmer of hope for genuine change. And yet, as we navigate this labyrinth world of crony capitalism, it becomes increasingly clear that Bohemian Grove's influence extends far beyond its members. Every individual who dons the mask of a carefree retreat, there are countless others working behind the scenes to shape policy and line their pockets with wealth. This reality can be disheartening, but it also presents an opportunity for us to reflect on our own play in this world. Living through a moment in history where power dynamics are shifting, and the influence of groups like Bohemian Grove will continue to grow or wane depending on how we choose to engage with them. As our series draws to a close, it's clear that the story of Bohemian Grove is far from over. Whether you view this shadowy world as a symbol of America's greatest excess, or its most noble aspirations, remains a matter for debate. But one thing is certain: only by peeling back the layers of secrecy surrounding Bohemian Grove can we truly comprehend the vast network shaping American politics and policy. And so, as our journey through the shadows of Bohemian Grove comes to an end, we find ourselves pondering questions that will haunt us for years to come. What exactly does it mean to wield power behind closed doors? And what implications does this carry for a world torn apart by polarization and corruption? As we continue down the rabbit hole of crony capitalism, one thing becomes increasingly clear: Bohemian Grove is merely a reflection of our collective soul, a mirror held up to expose the darker aspects of our own. The true question now lies not in what secrets these men hide within their secluded retreats, but how we might harness this power for genuine good. As the sun sets over Bohemian Grove's idyllic landscape, it's clear that the club's story is only just beginning, a tale of power, corruption, and the unseen forces shaping American history. Whether we continue down this path of shadowy influence, or choose to forge a new future, whether we continue down this path of shadowy influence, or choose to forge a new future, remains our decision. But one thing is certain: Bohemian Grove will forever stand as a testament to the enduring legacy of its most powerful members, a living embodiment of the world's darkest fears and highest aspiration. As we reflect on the enigmatic world of Bohemian Grove, it's essential to acknowledge that this story is not unique. Across the globe, similar clubs and organizations exist in various forms, often shrouded in secrecy and mystique. The concept of elite gatherings, where influential individuals congregate to discuss politics, ethics, and social issues behind closed doors, has been a staple of human society for centuries. From the Bilderberg Group to the Trilateral Commission, the world is replete with instances of powerful individuals converging to shape global agendas. These events often generate more questions than answers, sparking debates about the true nature of these organizations and their role in shaping our collective destiny. The allure of Bohemian Grove lies not only in its secrecy, but also in the sheer scope of its influence. The club's membership roster reads like a veritable who's who of American power brokers, presidents, senators, corporate titans, moguls, and other influential figures who shape the country's policies and direction. Yet, despite their prominent positions, these individuals are not immune to the allure of Bohemian Grove. The club's mystique is so potent that even those outside its ranks can't help but be drawn in by its enigmatic charm. This phenomenon is perhaps best exemplified by the countless journalists, writers, and filmmakers who have attempted to uncover the truth about Bohemian Grove over the years. One such individual was author Tom Engelhardt, a prominent critic of the club's activities. In his 2007 book, A Farewell to Arms, A Brief Economic History of the World, Engelhardt explores the broader implications of secret societies like Bohemian Grove on global politics. We are dealing here with people who have made enormous amounts of money, but also with those who believe they possess a special status in life, that they are the anointed ones, chosen for their greatness. Engelhardt notes, "This is what I mean by the cult of power. It's not just about accumulating wealth and influence. It's about maintaining one's position within this rarefied elite." Engelhardt's words serve as a stark reminder that Bohemian Grove, it embodies an entire worldview, one where the boundaries between public and private life are blurred, and the pursuit of power becomes an end in itself. As we delve deeper into this world, it's essential to confront the possibility that our own complicity in the Bohemian Grove narrative is far greater than we might imagine. By perpetuating a culture of secrecy and exclusivity, we unwittingly perpetuate systems of power that often serve only those at the top of the social hierarchy. In the words of investigative journalist Mark Lane, Bohemian Grove represents a cancer on American democracy. It's a symbol of everything that's wrong with our system. The concentration of wealth, power, and influence in the hands of a few individuals. But what does this mean for us? How can we reconcile our own complicity in the systems of power perpetuated by Bohemian Grove? As we ponder these questions, we begin to grasp the true significance of this secret society. It's not just about the men who gather within its walls. It's about the structures and networks that underpin modern American society. Bohemian Grove serves as a microcosm for our broader society, a reflection of our values, priorities, and flaws. As we navigate the complexities of power and influence in the 21st century, we do well to remember that the lessons learned from those ancient redwood trees will only be realized if we choose to confront the darker. And so, as our journey through Bohemian Grove comes to a close, it's clear that this story is far from over. The question now lies not in uncovering the secrets hidden deep within these California woods, but in confronting the implications of those secrets on our global community. Will we continue down the path of shadowy influence, or will we forge a new future, one where power and privilege are wielded for genuine good? Only time will tell. The sun sets over the Bohemian Grove, casting a golden glow over the ancient trees that whisper secrets to one another in the gentle breeze. The year is 1872, and the fledgling club has just been founded by a group of influential men, including Judge Alfred M. Wood, who would later become its first president. As we delve into the mysteries of this enigmatic institution, we find ourselves traversing a labyrinth of intrigue, peppered with whispers of occult rituals and arcane symbols etched into stone. The Grove's most devoted members have always maintained that their true purpose lies in fostering camaraderie and intellectual pursuits among its ranks. But skeptics continue to question the nature of these gatherings. One thing is certain: Bohemian Grove has played host to some of America's most powerful figures throughout the decades. Herbert Hoover, the 31st President of the United States, was a two-time attendee in the 1920s and 30s, while Henry Ford, the industrialist and founder of the Ford Motor Company, counted himself. But what about those who don't make it onto the guest list? It seems that Bohemian Grove's allure extends far beyond its own membership. Take, for instance, the story of Robert Service, the celebrated author of The Cremation of Sam McGee and other classic tales. Service was said to have been drawn into the Grove's orbit during the 1920s, where he rubbed shoulders with some of America's most influential figures. We find ourselves in a small clearing deep within the forest, surrounded by towering trees that seem to stretch up towards the heavens themselves. Here, on the summer solstice of 1936, a ceremony known as the Cremation of Care would take place. This iconic ritual, performed annually since 1872, involves the symbolic burning of an effigy called the Owl in Burning. The tradition is said to have originated from a similar ancient Greek custom, where participants would light fires and sing hymns to purify themselves. But what exactly does this ceremony represent? Some claim it's a way for these influential men to shed their daily cares and concerns, while others believe it holds deeper significance. Colin Wilson, the celebrated occultist and author, notes that such rituals often serve as a means of transcending the limits of our mundane world, allowing participants to tap into a higher plane of existence. As we wander through the forest, we come across an assortment of cryptic symbols etched into stone walls. These hieroglyphics seem to be from an obscure 19th century dialect, used primarily by initiates and adherents of the mystical Golden Dawn Society. According to some accounts, Bohemian Grove's original founders were in fact members of this very order. It's worth noting that the term, the Cremation of Care, itself bears striking resemblance to a similar ritual conducted by the ancient Greeks in honor of Dionysus, the god of wine and fertility. Participants would burn effigies, symbolizing their desire for spiritual renewal and purification. One of the most intriguing aspects of Bohemian Grove's mystique lies within its esoteric architecture. The club's iconic Owl Lodge, a colossal structure adorned with gargoyles and other strange carvings, seems to have been inspired by an ancient Babylonian temple. This deliberate nod to paganism raises questions about the true nature of these gatherings. Are they merely social events, or do they serve a higher purpose? As we continue our exploration, we find ourselves standing at the edge of a tranquil lake, its surface from the majestic grandeur of the forest above. This serene setting is home to a 32-foot tall statue known as the Lone Tree, a symbol of solitude and contemplation. Here, beneath this majestic canopy, influential minds have gathered over the years to discuss matters both grand and intimate. But behind closed doors, whispers abound about Bohemian Grove's more esoteric pursuits. Cryptic messages etched into stone walls, symbols imbued with hidden meanings, and rituals that seem to As night begins to fall on this enchanting clearing, we're reminded of the enigmatic figure who first brought these influential minds together. Judge Alfred M. Wood's vision for Bohemian Grove lay not only in cultivating a community of like-minded individuals, but also in creating an environment where one could escape the confines of modern society. We delve deeper into the history of this place, and it becomes clear that Bohemian Grove serves as both a sanctuary for those seeking respite from their worldly concerns, and a sanctuary for something far more complex. This duality at its core, part retreat, part esoteric institution, gives rise to the question, what exactly lies within these ancient redwoods? As we venture deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, we find ourselves surrounded by an silence. The trees seem to close in around us, their towering silhouettes casting long shadows across the forest floor. It's as if the very essence of this place has been crafted to disorient and mystify. Drawing visitors in with its enigmatic allure, we approach a clearing where the rustling of leaves beneath our feet gives way to an unearthly stillness. Before us stands the fabled Cremation of Care, a sacred ritual that takes place every summer solstice. A giant effigy, adorned with flowers and laurel wreaths, is set ablaze as a symbolic representation of leaving one's worldly cares behind. This fire is not just a physical manifestation, but also an emotional release, a cathartic cleansing from the burdens of power, responsibility, and the weight of influence. The pyre is lit by the high priest, a figure donning a majestic robe, who recites a solemn oath to cast aside all earthly concerns. The flames dance high into the night sky as the gathered elite gaze upon this fiery spectacle with an almost hypnotic fervour. It's an unforgettable sight. Beneath its ritualistic grandeur lies a profound significance. These men, many of whom shape America's fate, momentarily surrender their authority and partake in a communal act. Beyond the periphery of these rituals, whispers circulate about the inner workings of Bohemian Grove. Members have been known to engage in secretive discussions that veer into the realm of geopolitics, economic theory, and even mystical teachings. While some speculate that these esoteric pursuits serve as an intellectual exercise or a tool for networking, others propose a more sinister agenda, one that is manipulating world events from behind the scenes. One particular story hints at the influential presence of Rudolf Steiner's Theosophical Society within Bohemian Grove. Founded on principles of spiritualism and Eastern mysticism, this society has been accused of having far-reaching connections to various sectors of power across the globe. The enigmatic figure who brought these ideologies to Bohemian Grove is none other than its former Secretary General, Louis P., a man known for his fascination with esoteric knowledge and his deep understanding of occult principles. Kohlhaas allegedly incorporated aspects of Steiner's teachings into the club's rituals. We find ourselves lost in a labyrinth of cryptic symbols etched into the ancient trees, seemingly echoing an archaic language that only those attuned to its mysteries can decipher. This hidden lexicon appears to be more than just decorative. It may serve as a key to understanding the deeper symbolism behind Bohemian Grove's enigmatic gatherings. The night wears on, and we find ourselves drawn into a hushed conversations with an insider who has witnessed firsthand the intricate web of connections and interests within these ancient redwoods. His words are tinged with an air of mystique and caution, as if he's navigating treacherous waters. You see, this is not just about friendship or socializing. It's about weaving a tapestry that transcends borders. Bohemian Grove serves as both a sanctuary for those seeking respite from the world and an arena where some of the most powerful forces shape the destiny of nations. The enigmatic allure of this mystical community has begun to unravel. What connections, if any, do they forge between their seemingly unrelated pursuits? And as the darkness deepens within Bohemian Grove's heart, we cannot help but wonder, what exactly is being conspired under this canopy of redwoods? As our insider continues to speak in hushed tones, he gestures towards a nearby clearing where the soft glow of lanterns casts an otherworldly ambience. This, my friends, is the site of their most sacred ritual, the Cremation of Care. It's here that they seek to shed the burdens of their worldly obligations and unite with the divine forces that guide them. He leans in closer. They call it the power of the grove. As we watch, a procession of robed figures emerges from the darkness, carrying torches and chanting in unison. Their destination is a mock Roman temple perched atop a hill overlooking the tranquil lake below. The air thickens with anticipation as they converge on the altar, where a massive statue of Moloch, the pagan god of fire and chaos, stands sentinel. Our insider leans back, his eyes darting around cautiously. You see, this is not just a relic from another era. It's a reminder that beneath their polished facades, these men are still bound by ancient allegiances. Each pedestal bears an inscription in Latin, echoes the whispers of forgotten rituals. Moloch est veritas. Moloch is truth. Our insider's words echo through my mind as I ponder the significance of these haunting symbols. In this place, they seek to transcend the mundane, to connect with forces beyond human understanding. And from here, we're granted a glimpse into a world both mesmerizing and foreboding. A world of whispered secrets, ancient incantations, and symbols etched into the very fabric of reality. As I gaze out upon this tableau, it becomes increasingly clear that Bohemian Grove is more than just an exclusive club. It's a nexus of power, a crucible where some of the world's most influential minds forge their next move. The evening wears on, and our insider vanishes into the shadows as suddenly as he appeared. I find myself left with more questions than answers. What is the true nature of these connections between Bohemian Grove's initiates? How far do they stretch beyond the confines of this sacred grove? And what dark energies might be awakened by their secret rituals, hidden deep in the heart of California's ancient forest? As I look around, trying to grasp the full scope of this mystical world, a faint scent wafts on the breeze, the acrid tang of incense and something else, something primordial. The darkness seems to thicken around me, and for an instant, I sense the presence of unseen forces gathering just beyond the edge of perception. It's as if Bohemian Grove has awakened a realm within itself, a realm that's been hidden in plain sight all along. As I stand amidst the eerie silence of Bohemian Grove, the weight of unspoken secrets hangs heavy in the air. A faint scent of incense still clings to my nostrils, a potent reminder of the mysteries that lie within these ancient woods. But what lies beyond this mystical realm? What truths have been deliberately hidden from public view? The story of Bohemian Grove's shadowy activities has long fascinated those who dare to probe its depths. And it is here, in the world of high finance and politics, where power brokers and influencers converge, that we find the most disturbing silences. In 1979, a group of concerned citizens, led by activist and author Mike Hansen, began to investigate the Grove's activities. Hansen's quest for transparency was fueled reports of the club's secretive rituals and alleged connections to powerful figures in politics and finance. As he dug deeper, he discovered that Bohemian Grove's membership roster included some of America's most influential leaders. One name stands out amidst this list: Richard Nixon. The 37th President of the United States was a long-time member of the Grove, attending ceremonies as recently as 1972. It is a connection that speaks volumes about the club's reach and influence. But Hansen's investigation faced stiff resistance from powerful forces. He recalls receiving threatening phone calls and encountering individuals who seemed reluctant to discuss their connections to the Grove. It was like they were afraid of being exposed. Hansen reflects, his voice measured and deliberate. They knew that if this story got out, it would rock the very foundations of our democracy. As Hansen continued his probe, he uncovered a web of secrecy that went far beyond Bohemian Grove's gates. He discovered that various government agencies, including the CIA and the FBI, had been aware of the club's activities for decades, but chose to turn a blind eye. In 1992, the San Francisco Examiner published an expose on the Grove's rituals, shedding light on the secretive nature of its ceremonies. The article was met with widespread interest, but it all sparked a furious backlash from the club's membership and their allies in government and media. A year later, the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations launched an investigation into Bohemian Grove's connections to international finance and politics. Senator John Kerry, who chaired the committee at the time, reveals that he faced significant pressure to abandon his inquiry. "We received threatening letters and phone calls," Kerry recalls, his voice tinged with a hint of frustration. "Some individuals even went so far as to claim that we were stirring up unnecessary controversy. But I knew that our investigation was justified. Bohemian Grove's influence on American policymaking demanded scrutiny. The committee's findings, though heavily redacted due to national security concerns, hinted at the existence. It is a theme that would resurface in subsequent investigations. In 2000, an investigative journalist named Gary Allen published a detailed expose on Bohemian Grove's alleged ties to international finance and government manipulation. Allen's work was met with widespread acclaim, but also drew sharp criticism from prominent figures who accused him of sensationalism. One name stands out amidst this list: Henry Kissinger. The former Secretary of State, known for his realpolitik and hawkish views on global politics, has long been associated with Bohemian Grove. According to insiders, Kissinger's influence within the club is unparalleled, with some suggesting that he serves as a de facto leader among its members. Allen's investigation led him to uncover evidence of a web of clandestine relationships between high-ranking officials and influential figures outside government. Like operating their own shadow government, Allen remarks, his voice measured and deliberate. One where accountability and transparency were luxuries they could ill afford. But the power brokers who shape our world often prefer their secrets buried deep beneath the surface. The very idea that Bohemian Grove might be just an exclusive club, but it might be a nexus of global influence, with far-reaching consequences for democracy itself, is one that still sends shivers down the spines of those. In 2010, investigative journalist Mark Levin published a series of exposés on Bohemian Grove's activities, shedding light on its alleged ties to international finance and geopolitics. His work sparked widespread debate, but also faced accusations of sensationalism from prominent figures within the club. Today, as I stand amidst the eerie silence of this California forest, I am reminded that there are still many secrets hidden beneath Bohemian Grove's tranquil surface. And it is here, in the shadows of power and influence, that we find the most insidious silences, those whispered in hushed tones by the masters of our world. These powerful figures know all too well that the pursuit of truth is often a lonely path, fraught with obstacles and pitfalls. But as we continue to peel back the layers of secrecy surrounding Bohemian Grove, one thing becomes increasingly clear: that this mysterious realm has been shaping the course of history for far longer than any of us could have imagined. And it is here, amidst the cypress trees and tranquil lake of Bohemian Grove's heart, where we find a truth both simple yet profoundly disturbing. This place, with all its symbolism, 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 this place, with all the darkness surrounding this enigmatic club, continues to thicken, a testament to the enduring strength of its secrets. As I gaze out into the forest depths, a faint sense of unease settles over me, for in the shadows of Bohemian Grove, there lies a realm that remains hidden from prying eyes, a world where power brokers and influencers forge their next moves, shaping not just their own lives, but the very course. But what secrets lie hidden beyond this mystical realm? What dark energies might be awakened by their secret rituals, carried out beneath the watchful gaze of Moloch's statue? The questions swirl around me like the whispers in a forest wind. And it is here, amidst the ancient cypress trees and flickering torches of Bohemian Grove, that I am reminded that there are still many secrets waiting to be unearthed. The evening wears on, the stars above twinkling like diamonds scattered across the velvet expanse. The air cools, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and decayed leaves. It is a reminder that even in this most enigmatic of places, time is all passing, as relentless as the forest itself. And yet, amidst this tranquility, I am left with a nagging sense of unease. For in Bohemian Grove's shadowy heart lies a truth so profound that it defies easy explanation. It is a truth both fascinating and repellent, one that speaks to the essence of human nature, to our unending quest for power and influence. As I stand watch over this mystical realm, the shadows cast by the cypress trees seem to grow longer still, and in the distance I sense a presence stirring, a world hidden from view, but very much alive. The darkness seems to be seeping into every corner of Bohemian Grove, like a living entity itself. The air is heavy with an unspoken expectation, as if the trees themselves are waiting for something to unfold. I take a deep breath, feeling the cool night air fill my lungs, and begin to walk down one of the winding paths that crisscross this mystical realm. As I through the grove, I notice the sounds of laughter and music carried on the breeze. The atmosphere is electric, yet simultaneously eerie, as if the revelers are dancing on the edge of a precipice, oblivious to the abyss below. The torches flicker like fireflies in the darkness, casting an otherworldly glow over the proceedings. I pass by the famous Bohemian Club building, its facade adorned with intricate carvings and symbols that seem to hold secrets within their own. The entrance is flanked by two imposing stone statues, one representing Hercules, the other Moloch, standing guard like sentinels of a long-forgotten era. As I walk further into the grove, I notice a group of men gathered around a roaring bonfire. They're dressed in their finest attire, their faces aglow with merriment and camaraderie. Some are sipping cocktails, while others seem lost in conversations, gesticulating wildly as they speak. The air is thick with smoke and laughter. Beneath the surface lies an undercurrent of tension, a sense that these men are not just there to socialize, but to conduct business. I recognize some of them from news reports and history books. Henry Kissinger, George Shultz, and Brent Scowcroft, all of whom have played significant roles in shaping American foreign policy. They're joined by other luminaries, CEOs, moguls, and high-ranking politicians, all sharing a bond that transcends party affiliations or ideologies. Their presence here is not coincidental. These are men who shape the course of history, and Bohemian Grove provides them with a sanctuary to do so, free from prying eyes and public scrutiny. It's a place where they can forge alliances, solidify friendships, and cement business deals without the burden of accountability. As I watch, one of them steps forward, his voice booming above the laughter. He raises his glass in a toast, and the others join in with enthusiasm. The air is charged with an almost ritualistic fervor, as if they're acknowledging some unseen pact, a bond forged over years of shared experiences and secrets. And then, like a whispered rumor, it passes from one ear to another. The owl, a hushed word carried on the wind, leaving a trail of uncertainty in its wake. What does it signify? Is it a name, a code, or perhaps a warning, a signpost that signals some hidden threshold, beyond which lies the true heart of Bohemian Grove? I stand frozen for a moment, my mind racing with questions and doubts. As I ponder this enigma, the stars above seem to twinkle in unison, as if watching over this mysterious realm with an air of detachment, or perhaps even approval. But there's more to Bohemian Grove than meets the eye. Beneath its polished veneer lies a complex web of power dynamics and influence networks. Relationships forged through shared experiences, whispers, and secrets exchanged under the watchful gaze of this is not just a club, it's an ecosystem where deals are brokered, allegiances formed, and history written. As I continue my journey deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, I begin to grasp the extent of its power, not just over those who attend, but also the world at large. The shadows seem to be growing longer still, as if trying to conceal something fundamental about this realm. But it's too late. The truth is already seeping out, carried on the wind like a whispered rumor. The owl has watched over Bohemian Grove for centuries, silently observing the machinations of power brokers and shapers of history. But what does its gaze signify? As we delve deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly evident that this exclusive gathering has had a profound impact on American politics, lawmaking, and cultural landscape. The significance of the owl as an enigmatic figure begins to unfold, symbolizing a mystical guardian watching over the elite members as they shape the course of history. One of the earliest recorded mentions of Bohemian Grove dates back to 1902, when it was founded by the Chicago-based architect and philanthropist Henry E. However, it wasn't until the mid-20th century that this secretive gathering gained widespread attention. The summer of 1958 marked a pivotal moment in the history of Bohemian Grove, as the influential historian and writer Herbert Hoover delivered a captivating speech on the owl during one of its annual. Hoover's words sent ripples throughout the grove, solidifying the notion that this mystical symbol represented a higher power guiding those who attended. As we explore further, it becomes clear that Hoover's own experiences had shaped his perception of the owl. His exposure to various forms of mysticism during World War I, particularly the Freemasonic rituals he witnessed. Fast forwarding to the 1980s, a new generation of power brokers and leaders emerged within Bohemian Grove. These individuals not only shaped American foreign policy, but also left an indelible mark on global politics. One such influential member was Henry Kissinger's successor as Secretary of State, George Shultz. During his tenure from 1982 to 1989, Shultz forged crucial alliances and crafted policies that reshaped the international landscape. As we navigate the labyrinth corridors of Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly evident that the owl has functioned as a catalyst for these pivotal decisions. The enigmatic figure has watched over generations of leaders, silently guiding their actions as they manipulate the global stage. This mystifying presence transcends party affiliations and ideologies, speaking directly to the human aspect of power. One notable example of this phenomenon is the 1980s contentious debate surrounding US-Soviet relations. George Shultz's policies during this period led to a series of high-stakes diplomatic efforts aimed at bridging the divide between East and West. As tensions mounted, Bohemian Grove's influence became more pronounced. This secretive gathering served as an incubator for critical ideas, shaping the strategic alliances and power dynamics that guided American foreign policy. Another significant impact of Bohemian Grove lies in its far-reaching connections to influential networks within Washington, D.C. Notable members have included some of the most prominent figures in government. Notable members have included some of the most prominent figures in government. Notable members have included some of the most prominent figures in government. For instance, in 1978, President Jimmy Carter addressed an audience at Bohemian Grove, highlighting the symbiotic relationship between the two. However, it was during Ronald Reagan's administration that Bohemian Grove truly came into its own as a driving force behind American policy. The Reagan Revolution of the 1980s brought with it a unique blend of ideological fervor and tactical calculation. Bohemian Grove played an integral role in fostering these dynamics, serving as a sanctuary for influential leaders who could shape the nation's agenda. But what does this enigmatic network truly mean for American politics? By probing deeper into the intricate web of relationships forged within Bohemian Grove, we uncover evidence that points to far-reaching consequences. This is not merely an exclusive club. It's an ecosystem where policy, ideology, and strategic alliances converge. One example stands out as a testament to the lasting impact of Bohemian Grove: its role in shaping US-Soviet relations during the 1980s. George Shultz's policies, as previously mentioned, contributed significantly to the thawing of Cold War tensions. However, this wasn't merely a product of diplomatic efforts. It was also influenced by the power dynamics forged within Bohemian Grove. As we examine the complex interplay between global events and the machinations within Bohemian Grove, one key realization emerges: that these enigmatic networks transcend national borders. The influence extends beyond America's shores to shape international politics and global governance structures. The lasting impact of Bohemian Grove can be observed in its effects on lawmaking, too. As an exclusive gathering where influential figures converge to shape policy, it has contributed significantly to the development of US foreign policy. This symbiotic relationship between American leadership and the power brokers within Bohemian Grove is evident in landmark legislation, including the 1985 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. As we continue our exploration into the heart of Bohemian Grove, a profound realization emerges: that the owl has come to represent more than just an enigmatic figure. It symbolizes a guardian watching over them. This intricate web of relationships, forged within its boundaries, speaks directly to the human aspect of power. Bohemian Grove's influence extends beyond American politics too, shaping cultural landscapes in subtle yet profound ways. Notable examples include its role in fostering artistic expression through patronages and its significant contribution to American literature, particularly through influential figures such as author James Thurber. However, it is within the realm of public consciousness that Bohemian Grove's impact is perhaps most striking. The very concept of a secretive gathering where influential leaders forge alliances and shape history under the watchful gaze of the owl has captured the imagination of the American people. Conspiracy theories surrounding this enigmatic network have become an integral part of popular culture, from best-selling novels like Tom Clancy's Clear and Present Danger to feature films such as The Eagle Has Landed. Bohemian Grove has become a cultural touchstone, fascinated by power, intrigue, and this public fascination is a direct reflection of its profound influence on American society. As we conclude our journey into the heart of Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly clear that this enigmatic network has transcended its exclusive nature to leave an indelible mark on American politics, lawmaking. The owl remains an enduring symbol of power and influence, silently watching over those who shape history within its boundaries. Yet, as we reflect on the intricate web of relationships forged within Bohemian Grove, one final realization emerges: that this mysterious realm represents a paradoxical fusion of secrecy. It is here, beneath the watchful gaze of the owl, that some of America's most influential leaders have shaped history, their names etched into the annals of time, alongside those of the enigmatic Guardian. This symbiotic relationship has yielded lasting consequences, reshaping not just American politics, but also global governance structures. The whisper of the owl, carried on the wind, serves as a poignant reminder that even in the most seemingly obscure corners of power lies a complex web of relationships and machinations, forever shaping the course of history. As we delve deeper into the world of Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly evident that its impact extends far beyond the confines of California's scenic Sonoma County. The membership list reads like a veritable who's who of American corporate titans, financiers, politicians, and even royalty have all walked under the majestic branches of these ancient redwoods. It is here, amidst the tranquil surroundings of this 2,700-acre sanctuary, that some of America's most pivotal decisions are made in secret. Behind closed doors, leaders from both major parties converge to discuss and shape policy, forging alliances and cementing relationships that will forever alter the course of history. This informal network has been likened to a shadow government, where men who wield immense power make decisions without accountability or transparency. The question on everyone's mind is, what exactly do these influential leaders discuss beneath the watchful gaze of the owl? Historians have pieced together fragments of evidence suggesting that Bohemian Grove serves as a platform for the sharing of cutting-edge information and strategic planning among its members. Insider accounts reveal that topics discussed range from economic policy to military strategy, often before they become public knowledge. This esoteric network enables leaders to gauge each other's intentions, build trust, and coordinate efforts on key issues. One of the most interesting aspects of Bohemian Grove is its unique structure, which fosters a distinct culture among its members. The group's unofficial motto, "Weaving spiders come not here," serves as a poignant reminder that participants must have their personal agendas at the door. Instead, they immerse themselves in an atmosphere of camaraderie and shared purpose. The Grove's traditions are steeped in symbolism, from the ritualized oath-taking to the ceremonial burning of effigies, all meant to reinforce the bonds between members. This sense of brotherhood is forged through participation in rituals like the Cremation of Care, a pagan-like ceremony where an effigy representing worldly worries is ritually burned on the banks of Lake Tamalpais. This convergence of power and pageantry has led some to label Bohemian Grove as America's secret version of the Bilderberg Group, a clandestine gang of European elites that shares similar characteristics. Both organizations exist at the intersection of politics, finance, and industry, further blurring the lines between public service and private interest. It is within this rarefied atmosphere that some of America's most influential figures have made significant contributions to history, from Theodore Roosevelt's pivotal speeches on national security to recent revelations about. As historians continue to unravel the intricate web of relationships forged at Bohemian Grove, a disturbing pattern emerges that many did shaping American policy and global governance are made behind closed doors. The legacy of Bohemian has also inspired numerous artistic interpretations, from writers like John Steinbeck to more recent offerings from filmmakers. Novelist Gore Vidal described the group as a very weird, almost unbelievable place, reflecting on his own experiences within its boundaries. The works of these creative minds offer a glimpse into the surreal world of Bohemian Grove, where power brokers and high society rub shoulders with ritualistic ceremonies and secret handshakes. As we step back from the heart of Bohemian Grove, one profound realization emerges: that this enigmatic network has transcended its exclusive nature to leave an indelible mark on American politics, lawmaking. The symbol of the owl remains a poignant reminder of the unseen forces shaping history, silently watching over those who shape America's destiny within these redwood shadows. In the next segment of our documentary series, we'll delve into the most secretive aspect of Bohemian Grove, its connection to an ancient mystical tradition and a shadowy figure known only as the connection to an ancient mystical tradition that permeates this sacred grove can be attributed to its founder, Henry J. Klein, a German-born businessman who in 1872 envisioned a retreat for San Francisco's elite. Klein's vision was not only one of luxury and leisure, but also spiritual rejuvenation, inspired by the works of 19th century mystics such as Helena Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society. Underneath the redwood canopy, one can still feel the reverberations of Klein's esoteric interests. These inclinations were further nurtured by a series of lectures delivered in the early 1900s by Rudolf Steiner, an Austrian philosopher and founder of anthroposophy. Steiner's teachings on the interplay between spirituality and science, as well as his emphasis on the importance of spiritual renewal through nature, resonate deeply within Bohemian Grove. Steiner's influence can be seen in the design of the club's iconic Great Lawn, where during each summer encampment, a mock cremation ceremony takes place. The ritual, symbolizing death and rebirth, is enacted with great fanfare, featuring an effigy representing the dull care of modern life, which is ceremoniously consumed by flames. But what lies beneath this facade of revelry and merriment? A figure has been whispered about in hushed tones for decades, a mastermind behind Bohemian Grove's true purpose. This enigmatic character is known only as the Master, a nickname that echoes the mystique surrounding Aleister Crowley, another key figure in Western occultism. Those who have ventured into Bohemian Grove and encountered the Master describe him as an individual of unassuming appearance, yet commanding presence. His role within the Grove appears to transcend mere leadership. He is said to possess a profound understanding of the club's deeper purpose, guiding its members toward a higher plane of consciousness. Many believe that the Master serves as a conduit between Bohemian Grove and the broader world of global elites, facilitating connections that transcend geographical boundaries. Some see him as an emissary for a network of power brokers who, from behind the scenes, strings of policy and politics. In this shadowy realm, we find ourselves questioning what truly transpires within Bohemian Grove's sacred groves. Does the Master orchestrate the decisions made by its members? Or is he merely a figurehead for an already existing network that has seeped into the very fabric of power? One account hints at the Master being responsible for a series of high-stakes meetings, hidden behind the seemingly innocuous facade of Bohemian Grove's recreational activities. According to these allegations, during these encounters, key decisions are made concerning global financial systems, diplomatic arrangements, and military strategies. These stories, though anecdotal, paint a picture of the master as both guardian and puppeteer of Bohemian Grove. His true nature, like the rituals themselves, remains shrouded in secrecy. And yet, it is this very mystique that underpins the allure of Bohemian Grove for its members, binding them to a shared understanding of their purpose within this mysterious world. In our next segment, we will explore the role of Henry Kissinger, one of America's most influential statesmen, and his connections to both Bohemian Grove and the Master. The mystique of Bohemian Grove has long been the subject of speculation, but few have ventured to uncover the personal stories of those who've had a brush with its enigmatic world. Amidst the towering redwoods and manicured lawns lies a tale of ordinary lives caught up in an extraordinary web of power. Let us follow the journey of Emily Wilson, a young woman from Los Angeles who stumbled upon Bohemian Grove's secret world in the summer of 1968. A free-spirited artist with a passion for nature and philosophy, Emily had been drawn to the area after hearing whispers about a mysterious retreat hidden deep within the forest. As she wandered through the grove's gates, Emily was immediately struck by the sense of exclusivity that permeated every corner. The well-manicured lawns, the lavish decorations, and the reverent air of the attendees all seemed to hint at a world beyond her own. It wasn't long before she found herself swept up in the festivities, attending evening dinners, participating in discussions on art and philosophy, and even taking part in one of the ritual ceremonies. But Emily's encounter with Bohemian Grove was not without its consequences. As she delved deeper into the club's inner workings, she began to notice a sense of unease among some of the attendees. Many seemed restless, as if trapped by forces beyond their control. It wasn't until she overheard snippets of conversation between two senior members. One mentioned Project Eagle, and another spoke about a new balance of power in the Far East, that Emily realized her presence. She confided in a friend, Markson, who had recently joined the club. A lawyer by day and an amateur historian by night, Mark had been drawn to Bohemian Grove's intellectual pursuits and sense of camaraderie. Over coffee, he revealed to Emily that he'd become increasingly disillusioned with the club's focus on elitism and backroom deal-making. "We're not here to discuss art or philosophy. We're here to make policy," Mark confided. "These men are shaping the world in ways we can't even imagine." Emily's curiosity piqued. She began to dig deeper into Bohemian Grove's archives, poring over documents and conducting interviews with members past, and what she uncovered was a tangled web of power brokers, think tanks, and global networks that seemed to stretch far beyond the confines of the forest. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., a young journalist named Sarah Jenkins was about to stumble upon a story that would change her life forever. With a keen interest in foreign policy and international relations, Sarah had been tracking the activities of a particular think tank with ties to Bohemian Grove. One fateful evening in April 1975, she received a cryptic message from an anonymous source claiming to have access to classified documents detailing the inner workings of Project Eagle. As she began to sift through the documents, dated February 1969 and bearing the seal of the US Department of State, Sarah realized that Bohemian Grove was at the very center of a massive game of cat and mouse between global powers. Project Eagle, it turned out, was a shadowy operation aimed at destabilizing key countries in Southeast Asia, facilitating change and solidifying American interests across the region. The documents hinted at the involvement of senior members within Bohemian Grove, individuals with ties to the CIA, MI6, and other intelligence agencies. Sarah's investigation took her to the doorstep of a small apartment in Georgetown, where she finally managed to track down an enigmatic figure known only as R, a veteran journalist himself. R, embedded over countless cups of tea, he revealed the intricate web of connections between Bohemian Grove and its affiliates. "You see, Sarah, these men are not just powerful politicians, they're agents facilitators, or, in many cases, both, are explained, as she scribbled down notes with trembling hands. As the summer of 1980 approached, Emily Wilson found herself struggling to reconcile her involvement with Bohemian Grove. Despite her initial fascination with the club's rituals and ideals, she began to feel suffocated by its exclusivity and hidden agendas. With Mark Thompson's support, Emily decided to leave the club, citing creative differences and a sense of unease that lingered long after she departed. She later reflected on her time at Bohemian Grove as an experience both liberating and haunting, one that left her questioning the true nature of power and influence. Years later, in 1995, Sarah Jenkins finally published her explosive exposé, The Shadow Syndicate, detailing the connections between Bohemian Grove's inner circle and a range of global conspiracies. The book sent shockwaves through the corridors of power, sparking heated debates about accountability and government transparency. The enigmatic source who'd guided Sarah through the labyrinth world of espionage had since vanished into obscurity, leaving behind only whispers of his involvement with various clandestine operations. As for Emily Wilson, she went on to become a respected artist and philosopher, but her connection to Bohemian Grove remained a closely guarded secret. The story of these three individuals, Emily, Mark, and Sarah, serves as a poignant reminder that even within the rarefied world of power brokers and global elites lies a deeper web of Their stories whisper secrets about the often machinations of those who shape our world from behind closed doors. We will continue to explore this hidden realm in the next segment, as we delve into the life of Henry Kissinger, one of America's most influential statesmen, and his connections to both Bohemian Grove and its enigma. The mystique of Bohemian Grove has long fascinated those who dare to peer into the shadows cast by America's most powerful men. Nestled deep within a California forest, this exclusive club seems an oasis from the hubbub of modern life, a place where leaders and luminaries can shed their public personas and indulge in camaraderie with like-minded individuals. Yet, as we delve deeper into the labyrinth world of Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly apparent that beneath its idyllic facade lies a complex web of intrigue and subterfuge. Our story thus far has highlighted the whispers of conspiracy, but to truly grasp the scope of this enigma, we must venture forth with an unflinching gaze. Let us consider the legacy of Henry Kissinger, one of America's most influential statesmen, whose tenure as Secretary of State from 1970 to 1977 left an indelible mark on global politics. His name has become synonymous with diplomatic acumen and pragmatism, yet it is also inextricably linked to the darker corners of power. Kissinger's associations with Bohemian Grove began in the 1950s, when he was still a young scholar at Harvard. A rising star within the Republican Party, he quickly gained notoriety for his razor-sharp intellect and unerring ambition. As we know, these traits served him well during his tenure as Secretary of State, but they also fueled whispers of Machiavellian tendencies and an unsettling willingness to bend the rules in pursuit of American interests. In 1975, Kissinger became one of the principal architects behind the Year of Decision, a clandestine project aimed at containing Soviet expansionism and reshaping the global order. This endeavor would prove pivotal in building strategic alliances with key nations, alliances that often relied on shadowy tactics, covert operations, and judicious manipulation. The seeds of this plan were sown during Kissinger's high-level meetings with Chinese Premier Deng Xiaoping at the end of 1975. These clandestine discussions would ultimately culminate in a détente between Washington and Beijing, marking a watershed moment in Cold War history. However, critics have long questioned the manner in which Kissinger navigated these waters, specifically his willingness to sacrifice human rights concerns for the sake of diplomatic expediency. Throughout 1976, Kissinger's inner circle remained eerily tight-lipped about the goings-on at Bohemian Grove. The only glimpse into this enigmatic world came through whispers and rumors, unsubstantiated claims of occult rituals, Masonic brotherhoods, and the like. However, one document, dated June 1976, hinted at a story altogether. Titled Cathedral's Confession, this internal memo shed light on a secretive ritualistic practice known as the Owl in the Saddle ceremony, an event that would later become synonymous with Bohemian Grove's In this eerie ritual, participants would take turns donning a distinctive wooden owl effigy, symbolizing rebirth, renewal, and an almost primeval sense of camaraderie. As June 1976 came to a close, the annual Bohemian Grove gathering was about to embark on its most eventful chapter yet. Behind closed doors, senior members were set to engage in a series of private discussions, a clandestine conclave known as the Midnight Sun meeting. This hallowed institution was reserved for an elite coterie of A-list statesmen and corporate moguls, who convened to forge alliances, share confidences, and, perhaps, whisper those within the club's inner. One participant at Midnight Sun 76 was none other than Kissinger himself, flanked by a veritable who's who of high-ranking officials from Washington. Together, they would broach sensitive topics, forge new accords, and possibly even seal deals that would forever alter the global balance of power. It has been alleged that one such deal, dubbed the Great Sellout, saw Kissinger facilitating an agreement between American energy conglomerates and their Middle Eastern counterparts. Though unsubstantiated at this juncture, evidence points to a secret treaty aimed at stabilizing oil prices in exchange for preferential treatment of U.S. corporate interests within the region. Kissinger's activities during this 1976 gathering left behind a trail of controversy that refuses to fade even today. Critics charge that his clandestine maneuvering compromised long-standing alliances, disregarded human rights concerns, and empowered shadowy networks of power brokers who would forever change the calculus of global politics. The full extent of Kissinger's participation in Bohemian Grove's most secret rituals remains classified, but one fact is certain. These behind-closed-doors discussions played a pivotal role in shaping America's. In doing so, they also exposed a world of duplicity and manipulation, where men with extraordinary influence wielded power almost unseen by the public. As we draw near to the twilight hours of the Bohemian Grove chapter, whispers abound about Henry Kissinger's ties to an organization known as the Hermetic Society, a shadowy collective linked to both esoteric and theirs is a realm where science meets mysticism and where ancient principles are thought to hold sway over modern machinations. Here lies the intersection of two disparate worlds. One, a world of pragmatic statesmen. The other, a realm where mystical rituals shape allegiances and fuel an inner circle's collective ambitions. Together, these elements converge in the formless mist that shrouds Bohemian Grove, casting long shadows into our understanding of power, politics, and the nature of the game itself. Thus far, we've traversed labyrinth warriors of secrecy, poked at the veils concealing high-stakes diplomacy, and unraveled enigmatic narratives surrounding one America's most powerful statesman. What lies ahead? The secrets that still surround Bohemian Grove remain an open-ended equation, a mystery shrouded in half-truths, veiled illusions, and uncounted conspiracies waiting to be unearthed. The shadows of 1976 cast long silhouettes across the decades that followed. Henry Kissinger's tenure at State Department came to an end in January 1977, but his connections to Bohemian Grove continued unabated. Some say it was here, within this mystical realm, where Kissinger forged crucial alliances with other powerful men. Others claim it was through such bonds that he engineered the shadowy deals which defined America's post-Vietnam forum. One truth is certain. As we venture deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, ever so quietly, we are confronted by questions whose answers lie shrouded behind layers of omission, silence, and it is here that our journey will next take us, through a forest teeming with enigmas, toward a labyrinth where truth and deception blend into one eternal question mark. The year was 1981, a time when the world stood poised on the precipice of transformation. As the US entered its second Cold War, Kissinger's post-State Department life seemed tranquil enough. He had founded the consulting firm Kissinger Associates in 1979, establishing himself as one of Washington's most sought-after troubleshooters. Yet whispers persisted about a shadowy network that extended far beyond the confines of Bohemian Grove, an intricate web woven from high-stakes diplomacy, clandestine meetings, and unsavory alliances. For their presence was palpable in boardrooms and corridors. Their influence felt in every calculated stride toward global dominance. The late 1980s would witness a surge of activity that brought Bohemian Grove back into the spotlight, though not necessarily for reasons expected. Journalists, researchers, and historians began to piece together an intricate puzzle, a vast network of high-stakes politics, clandestine operations, and shadowy players whose actions seemed less guided by. Today, as we peer into the shadows cast by Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly clear that this labyrinth holds within its heart multiple stories, yet untold. Their protagonists, the unseen, ghosts of men and women whose actions forever shape the course of history while remaining shrouded in an aura of mystery. With each step forward, we tread a narrow path between truth and speculation, light and darkness. And though some have charged that our quest into the heart of Bohemian Grove has bordered on the fanciful, even absurd, it remains an undeniable fact to dare to confront this world. For in the labyrinth recesses of Bohemian Grove lies an uncomfortable truth, that within our modern era's hallowed halls of power, there exists a realm of invisible machinations, one governed not by laws or morals. As we delve into the mysteries surrounding Bohemian Grove, it becomes increasingly clear that its significance extends far beyond the confines of California's Sonoma County. The annual gathering of the Bohemian Club, as it is officially known, has been shrouded in secrecy since its inception in 1872. Yet, despite its seemingly esoteric nature, this exclusive fraternity has counted among its membership some of America's most powerful figures, from presidents to CEOs, statesmen to tycoons. One name that keeps surfacing in our research is that of Henry Kissinger's close friend and confidant, David Rockefeller, the scion of the banking dynasty. Rockefeller was not only a member of Bohemian Grove, but also its longtime president. During his tenure, which spanned from 1973 to 1990, Rockefeller allegedly played host to an array of high-profile guests, including Kissinger himself. Rockefeller's legacy is one shrouded in controversy and enigma. A self-proclaimed internationalist, he has been accused by some of orchestrating the downfall of countless nations through his machinations within the halls of global finance. His relationships with world leaders, particularly during the tumultuous 1960s and 1970s, have been characterized as those of a calculating operator, always pushing the envelope in pursuit of power. Yet, for all its mystique, Bohemian Grove remains an enigma to many, even among those who claim to know it. The club's most striking feature, writes historian Martin F. Nolan, is not what happens at its gatherings, but what happens but what happens afterwards. According to Nolan, the connections forged during these secretive convocations often prove. This paradox raises questions about the very purpose of Bohemian Grove. Is it truly an exclusive club catering to the interests and whims of its elite membership? Or does it serve as a hub for orchestrating broader global agendas, one in which influential networks are forged behind doors? By examining the threads connecting these seemingly disparate elements, we begin to glimpse a more sinister reality. that Bohemian Grove represents just one spoke within an ever-expanding wheel of control. With its consider, if you will, the figure of David Stowe, former member and president emeritus of the Bohemian Club. A man once described by a contemporary as 1 part Henry Kissinger to 3 parts Machiavelli. Stowe's presence in this shadowy world has long been shrouded in mystery. His tenure, which spanned over 3 decades, was marked by allegations of manipulation and intrigue. Whispers that suggest even the club itself may have become an unwitting pawn in a much larger game. And then there is the curious case of Richard Nixon, who allegedly attended Bohemian Grove gatherings as far back as 1955. According to some sources, it was during these secretive sojourns that Nixon forged close relationships with figures like Kissinger and Rockefeller, ties which would later prove pivotal in shaping American foreign policy. As we tread this labyrinth-foil path, we find ourselves confronting an unsettling truth, that those who have participated in Bohemian Grove's rituals may not be mere innocents stumbling into a secretive world. Rather, they are highly placed individuals knowingly embroiled in the machinations of global power, actions taken at one remove from public scrutiny, but with far-reaching consequences for all. One name continues to surface throughout our research, that of Bohemian Grove's infamous owl ritual, held annually on the night of July 29th. This eerie spectacle, where members congregate beneath an enormous owl effigy as its eyes are set aflame by a lone figure, has been described as both poignant and disturbing, a celebration of camaraderie forged in dark. We must ask ourselves, what kind of world have we stumbled to? Where do the rituals, intrigue, and backroom deals within Bohemian Grove's inner sanctum lead us? And what lies beyond this veil of shadows? An unseen network whose influence has shaped history while remaining shrouded in mystery. In the next chapter of our exploration, we will delve deeper into the mystical undertones that underpin the rituals of Bohemian Grove. We will examine the eerie significance of its owl effigy and uncover more about the shadowy networks operating beneath the surface, where allegiance is forged through shared interests rather than common values. The path ahead will lead us toward revelations so profound, they will challenge our perception of reality itself. It will expose a web of deceit that spans centuries, crossing borders, continents, and ideologies. We have entered the world of Bohemian Grove at its most enigmatic, where only those who seek power, wealth, or both can truly understand the language spoken in the shadows. But what we cannot yet see is how this labyrinth network will ultimately impact our very understanding of history itself. As we emerge from the tangled underbrush of Bohemian Grove, we're left with more questions than answers. The rituals, the allegiances, the networks of power, all these whispers converge on a single point, that our world is shaped by unseen forces, and those who seek to hold sway over it are willing to navigate treacherous. One cannot help but wonder if the seeds of the Iraq War were sown during one of those fateful nights beneath the owl effigy. The connections between Kissinger, Rockefeller, and Nixon, forged in the shadows of Bohemian Grove, would later prove instrumental in shaping American foreign policy, a legacy that continues to haunt us today. As we gaze upon the tranquil surface of Monterrio's forested glade, it's easy to forget the machinations that unfold beneath. But what lies hidden is far more significant than what stands revealed. Beneath the canopy, deals are made, allegiances forged, and the course of history subtly. We find ourselves standing at a critical juncture in our exploration, one where we must confront the uncomfortable truth that power often trumps principle. The names and dates etched into the annals of history are but mere surface disturbances on the deeper currents of human endeavor. It's here, beneath the surface, that the invisible hands shape our world. Consider the year 1942, a time when Winston Churchill, then leader of Britain, was forced to confront his own complicity in a system where powerful individuals, like those within Bohemian Grove, his observations on this very issue remain hauntingly relevant today. those who control the means of production, also hold power over society. As we reflect upon our journey into the world of Bohemian Grove, it becomes clear we must continue to ask questions, ones that delve deeper into the mysteries hidden beneath the veil of power. The path ahead beckons us towards an unseen realm, where truth is malleable and allegiance is bought with secrets rather than shared values. The next chapter in our story will lead us down this labyrinth road into a world both captivating and unsettling, one that challenges our understanding of history itself. And so we pause here, threshold of this uncharted terrain, inviting you to ponder. What do the shadows conceal within themselves? As we venture deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, we find ourselves surrounded by the trappings of exclusivity and opulence. The imposing trees, the manicured lawns, and the intricate stone architecture all serve as a testament to the elite who gather here annually. But it's not just the physical surroundings that hold secrets. It's the people themselves who embody the true essence of this enigmatic retreat. We delve into the archives, poring over documents and interviews with those who have dared to speak out against the Grove's influence. One such figure is G. Edward Griffin, a renowned author and researcher who has spent decades unraveling the mysteries hidden within Bohemian Grove. According to Griffin, the real purpose of this secretive gathering is not what its members claim, but rather an exercise in social engineering, where the most powerful individuals on the planet converge to forge alliances. It's a grooming ground for future leaders. Griffin explains in our conversations. They take promising young men, groom them, and then place them into positions of power. It's a way to control the flow of information, shape public opinion, and steer history towards the desired outcome. Griffin's words echo through the forest as we navigate the winding paths and ornate gardens of Bohemia. We begin to appreciate the true nature of this retreat, a bastion of privilege where the haves gather to reinforce their grip on society. But what about those who dare to challenge this system? Those who refuse to play along or speak out against the excesses of power? The story of one such individual, John McCloy, serves as a stark reminder that resistance is met with ruthless silence. McCloy, a former Secretary of War and Governor of New York, had grown disillusioned with the Grove's stranglehold on America's foreign policy. He attempted to expose its secrets, but was subsequently silenced through the concerted efforts of his peers. As we explore this inner sanctum, the shadows grow longer and darker. We begin to understand why Churchill's words still resonate today. The history of power is replete with instances where those who possess it seek to consolidate and expand their control. The evidence points to a grim conclusion, that Bohemia... We pause before a statue of Alexander III, Tsar of Russia, who once ruled over a vast empire. This monument stands sentinel on the edge of the forest, watching over those who gather within its boundaries. Its presence is an eerie reminder that even the most powerful among us are not immune to the machinations of those in power. Our journey through Bohemian Grove has only just begun, but already we've uncovered a tangled web of intrigue and deception. As we navigate this labyrinth world, we must confront a fundamental question. What does it mean to wield such immense power that one's actions remain shrouded in secrecy? The shadows dance around us as we step further into the heart of darkness, a place where truth is currency and allegiances are forged through shared secrets rather than common values. We continue our exploration, driven by an insatiable curiosity about the inner workings of this elite club. What will we uncover next? Who will be revealed to us? And what will their stories tell us about the true nature of power in America? The path ahead beckons, shrouded in mystery and secrecy. And it's here that our most pressing questions await answers. As we delve deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, we find ourselves surrounded by towering sequoias and the soft chirping of birds. But beneath the tranquil surface lies a complex network of relationships and allegiances that have been forged over decades. Our investigation takes us to a secluded clearing where a group of men are gathered around a roaring fire. The flames dance and flicker, casting eerie shadows on the surrounding trees as they engage in hushed conversations. We approach cautiously, trying not to disturb discussions. The air is thick with the scent of whiskey and cigar smoke as we observe these powerful individuals swapping stories and sharing laughter. Their words are laced with camaraderie, but also an undercurrent of shared understanding. A recognition that they are part of an exclusive club where the rules of polite society do not apply. Among them is David Rockefeller, scion of one of America's most influential banking families. He regales his companions tales of global finance and geopolitics, as if sharing state secrets rather than mere anecdotes. We watch as he raises a glass in a toast to the boys, a nod to the fraternity that transcends national borders. As we continue to observe this scene, a figure emerges from the shadows. Henry Kissinger, the former Secretary of State known for his Machiavellian approach to international relations. He glides effortlessly through the gathering, shaking hands and exchanging whispers with the men around the fire. His eyes seem to gleam with an inner intensity, as if he's perpetually calculating the next move in a grand game. We note that these powerful individuals are not here for recreation alone. They come to Bohemian Grove to reaffirm their allegiance to one another and to a shared vision of America's role in the world. It's a vision shaped by interests that often diverge from those of the general public, a perspective rooted in privilege, wealth, and access. As we navigate this secret society, it becomes increasingly clear that Bohemian Grove serves as more than just a playground for the elite. It's an incubator for ideas, a testing ground for policies, and a proving ground for leaders. The men who gather here shaped American foreign policy, influenced global events, and perpetuated systems of power that benefit the few at the expense of the many. As we press deeper into this labyrinth world, we begin to uncover whispers of scandal, allegations of corruption, cronyism, and manipulation. We hear rumors of a cabal within the cabal, where certain members wield disproportionate influence over others. There's a sense that there are those who would stop at nothing to protect their interests and maintain control. Our investigation takes us next to the famous Cremation of Care ceremony, an annual rite of passage that marks the peak of Bohemian Grove's ritualistic calendar. We observe men in elaborate costumes, chanting and dancing around a mock funeral pyre as they bid farewell to their worldly cares. The performance is at once surreal and disturbing, hinting at darker themes beneath the surface. As we leave this clearing behind, the shadows grow even longer, casting an eerie glow over our journey. What lies ahead for those who dare challenge the status quo? Will we uncover evidence of a conspiracy that threatens to upend the very foundations of American power? The path before us remains shrouded in mystery, but one thing is clear. We've only scratched the surface of this dark and labyrinthine world known as Bohemian Grove. As we delve deeper into the heart of Bohemian Grove, we find ourselves surrounded by an eerie atmosphere that seems to reverberate with the whispers of the past. The trees, tall and sentinel, seem to loom over us like guardians of a hidden truth. Our investigation leads us to the Grove's fabled high siesta, a period of time when the members are free to indulge in their desires, unfettered by the constraints of the outside world. We watch as men in suits and ties mingle with those in lavish costumes, laughing and joking together as if no one had ever heard of the scandals that have been whispered about Bohemian Grove. It's a strange juxtaposition, the excesses of the elite on full display, yet shielded from prying eyes by the secrets they keep. We talk to insiders who claim that the real power brokers at Bohemian Grove aren't even the ones in the limelight. The men you see walk around are just puppets, one of them says quietly. The real players stay behind the scenes, pulling strings and shaping policy from the shadows. As we probe deeper, we discover a fascinating dynamic, that of the Order of the Owl, This secretive organization is allegedly an elite. The order's exact nature and purpose are shrouded in mystery, but insiders hint at its dark and sinister undertones. One story's been circulating among those familiar with Bohemian Grove speaks of a former member who stumbled upon something he shouldn't have, a secret chamber deep within the Grove's labyrinth network. He discovered a room filled with documents detailing plans for global domination. Our source whispers it was like nothing he'd ever seen before. This raises more questions than answers. Who is behind these alleged plans? What exactly does Bohemian Grove hope to achieve by exerting its influence over American policy and international events? The further we delve, the more it becomes clear that the lines between reality and conspiracy are blurred. As night begins to fall on the Grove, the shadows grow long and menacing. Our investigation leads us to a gathering of the Lakeside Group, a cabal of some of Bohemian Grove's most influential members. We observe them as they meet in secret, their conversations hushed, but their actions telling. These men are the epitome of power, CEOs, politicians, and media moguls who shape public opinion and policy. They laugh together, sharing stories of conquests and successes that would make even the most seasoned businessman jealous. But there's something unsettling about this gathering, a sense of entitlement that borders on arrogance. We continue to dig deeper into the world of Bohemian Grove, where every step leads us further down the rabbit hole. Whispers of corruption and cronyism begin to press into a single question. Who is truly in control? Is it the men on stage, grandstanding for their peers? Or are there others, hidden from view, pulling the strings? As we navigate this treacherous terrain, we're reminded that the true power at Bohemian Grove lies not with those who speak, but with those who listen, and what they whisper in each other's ears can have far-reaching